Bob Busch going after his first win of the year. He has pitched better of late, but still has not been able to pick up that first victory. So his record is 0-2, and his opponent likewise for the Pirates, Bert Blylevitt. He is 0-2. A beautiful night for baseball, perhaps the best we've had in this season. Finally getting into some good weather, perhaps, and the Cardinals can make the best of it. They won a big one last night, trying to make it 2 in a row tonight as they take on the Pirates. Omar Marino will lead it off. Tim Foley bats second. Dave Parker batting third. As we get set to go in the second game of this series, an outfield of Dane Orge in left, Tony Scott in center, George Hendrick out in right. The standard infield. Here's the first pitch, and here's Jack.
Marino takes a strike from Bob Forge. Forge pitched very well his last time out and had the lead indeed when he left, but the Cardinal bullpen didn't hold the opposition that night. Here it comes, and it's inside a ball. Marino, a .310 hitter, left-handed batter, very fast. Third baseman Reach has to play in. The outfield's about straight away. The next pitch of the evening, and a bouncer to second, and Tyson has it. The throw to first base, and he's out. Mike, I was watching Tyson in batting practice tonight, and hitting left-handed. He popped a couple over the wall in right field. He's experimented with that switch hitting. He's not thinking about it. He was just fooling around, but I was surprised at his stroke and his power.
Jack, I tell you, he's been experimenting with quite a few things as of late. After the year that he had in '78, he put himself to work, went on a strengthening program this winter. He's roller skating down underneath the stadium before each ball game, and he's a changed man when it comes to applying himself to this game.
Applying is the word. He's working hard at it. Here is Foley taking ball one low outside. Tim Foley hitting .267. Bouncing ball to short. Charged by Templeton. Gets a big hop and drills it across. It went low, but out. And there are 2 gone, and Parker bats with the bases empty. Here in the first inning last night, Parker knocked, even as I'm talking to you, Tony Scott turns his back and he looks like he's walking down Broadway Avenue out there. He's way up there, isn't he, Bob?
He's out in the shadows, if there are any shadows out in that area, but he is, he's probably about 30 feet inside the track, I would say, at the very best.
He made a heck of a play in the first inning last night. There was a part of the winning effort by the Cardinals. And Dave Parker, the big right fielder, is in with a .346 average, 3 homers, 8 runs batted in. They play him to pull, they play him deep, and here it comes, a swing and a foul, strike one. Did you have a good time at the old Kentucky Derby, Mike?
Fantastic once again, Jack. I tell you, it's a spectacle over there, and today it was spectacular in many ways, especially in the featured race.
I say it's quite a thrill. I've never had the pleasure of being there. Here's the pitch on the way. Parker swings, fouls this one back to the screen. Strike 2. And spectacular bid won the Kentucky Derby today, as you know. Probably know by this time. The Cubs won this afternoon, defeated Atlanta 9-3. Cincinnati knocked off Houston 6-2. Cincinnati is very close to first place now in the Western Division. And the Giants defeated the Mets 6-4. Forsch is ahead of Parker. How's he going to get him out? Pitch is wasted, low and away. Quite a few finals in the American League. And here are the Cardinals and the Pirates, and the Redbirds are trying to get even against Pittsburgh for the year. They've won 2, lost 3. Here it comes to Parker, and a foul backing out of play. Boy, you ought to hear the other players talk about, players on both clubs talk about Parker, and nothing but admiration for his playing ability, and in particular, his hitting ability. Big, strong guy. Hits the ball to all fields. The pitch from Bob Forsch is on the way. 2 out. Swinging a fly ball into left, into the corner. Orge on the dead run, and he can't get it. The ball bounces over the fence for a ground rule double. To double. Parker digs for third, but another umpire had called the play. It did indeed bounce over the fence for a double. And he'll be there. Parker will be with 2 out. And John Milner comes up.
Of admiration, Jack, for the home plate umpire. Out of the 3 umpires, he's the only one that called it a ground rule double. James Jones.
He is number 34, a well-respected collegiate umpire up from the central part of Illinois, Mike. Some friends of his have seen him back up behind us, friends of mine who are coaching up there, but they are much in admiration of Jim's work.
So Parker is doubled, and Milner's the batter, and the pitch is coming, and it's a ball low outside. Milner is hitting .429. 4 homers and 13 runs batted in. A left-handed hitter and a noted Cardinal killer. The outfield plays him to pull. Parker's at second with 2 out. Here is the pitch on the way. Milner takes the ball. Willie Stargell leads the Pirates and runs batted in with 14, one more than Milner. And Stargell has missed quite a few games with a hip pointer. Those hip pointers are really painful, too. Moreno grounded out, Foley grounded out, Parker doubled, and Milner takes ball 3. The on-deck hitter is Bill Robinson. Lovely night for baseball. We had a great day weather-wise here in St. Louis. Milner might be swinging on 3-0. Mike Shannon nods his head yes. So we shall see what Forsch and Simmons serve up. Here he comes. Breaking ball. He missed with it. Ball 4, 2 on, 2 out. So they had the same thought that Milner might indeed be swinging the bat. Bill Robinson is up. 262 average, 4 homers, 11 runs batted in. He's been hot as of late. Some of the fans still coming in for this game, which got underway at 7:05. Tomorrow's game time is 1:15. Silvio Martinez will pitch against Bruce Keeson. Martinez 0-1, Keeson 1-0. And tonight we say hello to the folks at WDAN in Danville, Illinois. Tomorrow's camera day here at the old ballpark. 2 on, 2 out, first inning. Forsch trying to get out of it. No score. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. There's a dangerous pitch to throw to a fellow like Robinson. But Forsch got away with it. Parker's on at second. Milner's at first with 2 gone. Joe Lynette coaches at third. Al Monchak at first for the Buccaneers. The pitch. Robinson fouls it on a half swing. The ball whistles into the Cardinal dugout. Strike 2. Forsch got the first 2, got ahead of Parker, and then lost him when the big guy doubled to the opposite field. A ground rule double. The ball bounced over the fence. Milner drew a walk. Forsch has Robinson set up. The on-deck hitter is Ed Ott, the catcher, left-handed batter. So this is the man, indeed, Forsch would like to get. 2 on, 2 out. Pirates trying to get a lead for Bert Blyleven. The pitch. Curve line drive into left. It's foul by inches. Foul by an inch or 2 into the left field corner. And that would have been 2 runs, Robert Starr.
You bet your boots. Mr. Robinson would have wound up at second for sure, and Milner and Parker would have been sitting in the dugout, and it would have been 2-0. And the first half of the first inning still going on.
That was a hanger, wasn't it?
It was. Right up in his eyes. And really, Robinson has a little difficulty with the breaking stuff of a Forsch and a Denny, unless you get it up in that part of the strike zone.
So the runners return. Parker to second. Milner to first. Still 0-2 on Bill Robinson. The pitch coming from Forsch. A curve, a swing and a miss. He struck him out. He got that one in a good spot, a bad spot as far as Robinson was concerned. Low and away. Struck him out. No runs, 1 hit, a walk, 2 left for the Pirates. Bert Blyleven is their pitcher tonight. And after 1 half inning, no score.
And now, here's to all you ball players out there who work so hard on the diamond. You major league.
Bert Blyleven is on the mound for the Pirates. They have Ed Ott catching, Phil Garner at third, Tim Foley at short, Rennie Stennett at second, John Milner at first, Bill Robinson in left, Omar Moreno in center, Dave Parker in right field. We had Chuck Tanner on our dugout show, the Pirate manager. And as we do on the dugout show, we gave him a leather wallet from Passport Luggage here in St. Louis. And then I asked Chuck Tanner this question. What's going to do with that wallet that we gave you for being on the dugout show?
Well, I really appreciate that wallet. I'm going to really need it because I'm going to take all that money I won off of Mike Shannon on the Derby and put that money right in that new wallet you're giving me, Jack.
And he said he was going to buy a sport coat. I'll get even with him, I'll tell you. You would have to give him a wallet. Why don't you give him a pen or something?
He would have added it up. Well, Gary Templeton leads it off. He'll be batting left-handed. He drew the collar last night, and that slowed him down a little bit. He had been quite successful with the bat as of late. His average is down to 276. It really fluctuates quite a bit in the early part of the year, as you know. And Templeton will be followed by Scott and then Hernandez. Brock is out of the starting lineup tonight, and Dane Orge is playing left. Kroll is coaching at third. Maxwell at first. Templeton swings and fouls it back. Strike 1. We'll see a lot of curved balls tonight.
Yes, sir. Mr. Blyleven has a a multitude of curveballs from all different sizes and shapes and angles.
Templeton has hit safely in 8 of his last 10 ball games. Strokes the ball, a swing and a miss, strike 2. From the left side, Gary really has a tendency to chase bad balls. He's a much better right-handed hitter. And now he swings and strikes out. Well, the Cardinals aren't getting anything out of the leadoff spot these days against the right-handers. Templeton's down on strike. Scott's the batter, and Tony is hitting .337. Everybody's raving about him. He's stealing bases, hitting the ball, fielding the ball. Just doing everything. And he bats against the veteran, Bert Blyleven. First pitch, a little tap to the right side. It's foul. Blyleven, Blyleven, 6'3", 205. He was born in Holland. Lives in California. Longtime American League hurler. Was 14-10 with Pittsburgh last year. And a pitch comes in, a ball to Tony Scott.
And like Forshack, it's tough to believe a couple of guys with their ability would go this far into the year without winning a ball game.
Tony Scott on a changeup. Looks at it high and away. Blyleven, a right-hander. Scott, switch hitter, batting left. They play him to hit to the opposite field. One out in the Cardinal first, and a fastball is popped high in the air to left. It's a foul ball. Called for by Garner. The third baseman has it for the out, and there are 2 gone. Keith Hernandez is the batsman now. Tomorrow, Silvio Martinez will pitch against Bruce Keeson. Then the Cardinals go to Houston for a game Tuesday night, another Wednesday night, another Thursday night. Then he will open up against Ken Force down there. Blyleven has a 2-1 lifetime mark against the Cardinals. He's 0-2 on this season. Ball 1 to Hernandez. We're going to have a lot of sunshine tomorrow and a lovely day. It'll be in the 70s. And a 1:15 game tomorrow. So bring your cameras and come on down. The pitch to Keith. Strike called. Those with cameras will be allowed on the field between 11:45 and 12:30 tomorrow to take pictures of the players who will be available to you on the playing field with 2 out. Strike, a curveball in there, puts Hernandez in the hole. St. Louis Youth Symphony will perform during the Camera Day activities and then perform the national anthem. Hernandez with 2 out takes a ball up and in. This Blyleven knows how to pitch. Gets a breaking ball over on any count. Likes to get ahead, as most pitchers do, of course, and then knocks the hitter off the plate. Now here's a curve and a tap foul. Some pitchers, believe it or not, prefer to be behind on the count, but only the real good ones. And some of the old-timers like Warren Spahn and Lou Burdett, they love that approach to pitching, Bob. They get behind intentionally, hoping all the while you'd chase a bad ball, and then when you knew what was coming, they'd throw something else. It was fun to watch those 2 pitch. With a count of 2-2, Keith Hernandez swings and strikes out. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Blyleven. Down and order the Cardinals, and after 1, no score.
The physicians of the St. Louis Metropolitan Medical Society provide a free telephone medical information service called TelMed. To find out some pertinent facts on nearly 270 diverse health topics, you can call the TelMed operator and give the number of the subject you want and hear a 3 to 5 minute taped message prepared and reviewed by physicians. Look for the full page of TelMed information in the May 5th Weekend Globe Democrat, which lists all the subjects covered, the tape numbers to ask for, and the times of day or evening to call. Diabetes, heart ailments, arthritis, cancer, emotional problems, dental questions, and skin disorders are just a small sampling of the health subjects you'll find listed. Watch for the complete list, the TelMed topics listings, in the May 5th Weekend Globe. And be sure to clip and save the list for future reference. This message brought to you by the Blue Cross Plan.
Only one station does it all. This is KMOX St. Louis.
Ed Ott will be the leadoff man against Bob Porsche in the second inning. Ott has made his presence felt against the Cardinals this year.
Yes, he has. He's hit the long ball against them. Played well defensively behind the plate. We've not seen that much of Nicosia last night and then one other game in Pittsburgh, but Ed Ott has done the bulk of their catching and has done a good job of it. Strong guy. And he can hurt you with a long ball. His average at 302, he's driven in 6 runs, and I would say more than half of those runs he has driven in came against the Cardinals in our first appearance in Pittsburgh.
And in that series, the Pirates took 3 out of 4. The Cardinals won the opener of this one last night. They'd like to win this one this evening and get a chance at a sweep tomorrow behind Martinez against Bruce Keeson. Come on out for Canada in the ball game, the last game of the homestand. Monday's an open date. Tuesday we play in Houston. Ed Ott's the batter, left-handed hitting catcher. 2 homers, 6 RBIs. They play him to pull. Busch got into a 2-out jam in the opening frame, but pitched his way out. Here it comes. And a strike, a breaking ball. A called strike on the outside corner. And the next one. Ott, a half swing. He went around and chased a bad ball low. A breaking ball from Busch. Nobody on or out in the Pirates' second inning. Here it comes, and it's a curve, and it's tapped back to the pitcher. Bob Busch has it and throws. He's out. That little ball hit back to the pitcher is always perplexing to the curler. He doesn't know right off how hard the ball has been hit. And the first tendency to rock back on your heels, Mike, and you see some of them mess up the easiest of ground balls.
Kind of like walking in the door about 3 o'clock in the morning and seeing Steve Stepanovich, isn't it?
Yeah, make you go back on your heels. I mentioned earlier that the high school championship basketball team from DeSmet High School is here enjoying the game. Batter's Phil Garner, right-handed hitter. Ball 1 zips back to the screen. And our congratulations to the state champion DeSmet team. They won it 2 years in a row, and they've won 60 straight basketball games. And the basketball team is here, and Steve Stepanovich is their spokesman. With 1 out, Garner swings, fouls it out of play. Steve, how you doing?
Pretty good, thank you.
You're about to wind up things in high school, right? When do you get out?
Yes, sir. Well, last Friday was my last day of school, and this year and the rest of May we're working on senior projects.
Oh, you're now a high school graduate. How'd you do on the grades? Pretty good?
Well, I don't know yet. I think I graduated.
1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out the pitch. And it's a strike call. I know this about DeSmet. It's a fine school academically as well as athletically. You don't think your way through there, do you, Steve?
Sure don't.
Garner the batter. Busch on the mound. The pitch to the plate. Low outside. Steve, you ever played baseball?
Yes, in grade school I did. For St. Rita grade school.
Were you any good?
I was pretty good till I got too tall to play.
You're too big. You don't see many people as big as this young man playing baseball. Here it comes. Swing and a bouncer off the glove of Busch to the glove of Tyson. He throws and he got it.
Yeah, he touched it, and then it hit right in the crease of the sliding pitch down at second base, and Tyson did a heck of a job as he had to not only put the brakes on, but he had to pick the left hand up and back over his head. He made a fine play, tough play, good play.
Steve Stepanovich will be going to the University of Missouri at Columbia next year and play for Norm Stewart down there. Congratulations on making that decision, Steve. I'm sure it'll turn out great for you. It must have been a tough time for you.
Thank you very much. I think I made the right decision, and I plan on having a lot of fun out down in Missouri the next 4 years.
Most of the athletes I talked to from down there say that they do have fun and, of course, get a good education at the same time. Ball 1 to Stennett, and a bouncing ball to the right side. Fielded by Hernandez. He gives it to Busch for the out, and the Pirates go down in order. So, we'll talk more with the DeSmet people when we come back. The play went 3-1. Hernandez to Busch covering. Down in order, Pittsburgh, after an inning and a half. No score.
It's a Chevy like no Chevy you have ever seen. It's a thoroughly contemporary driving machine. Chevy Citation, a whole new kind of Chevy with a full-up front-wheel drive. Big little Chevy with room for occupation.
Introducing Citation, the first Chevy of the 80s. On the outside, Citation's small enough to fit into 3/4 of a parking space. But inside, it's a mid-size with room for 5 adults. And in the hatchback models, the back seat folds down to give you enough cargo area to carry 30 bags of groceries.
It's the first Chevy of the 80s. The first Chevy of its kind. It's a new Chevy.
Test drive the 1980 Chevy Citation at your Chevy dealers today.
Chevy Citation.
Fine basketball player Steve Stepanovich is at the other microphone. Steve, could you make a guess as to how many schools wanted you to matriculate in their institution and play basketball?
Well, I really don't have the exact number, but I think it was somewhere between 150 and 200 schools.
So if there was that many, I guess you could have gone any place as it turned out. They're all the top schools, right?
Oh, yes.
Did you enjoy the NCAA playoffs that you probably saw on TV?
Oh, yes, I really enjoyed it. While I was watching the game, I was sitting back hoping that maybe Mizzou will be there in a couple of years.
Yeah, and maybe you'll help them get there. And it showed you how good you have to be in order to compete. It gets tougher all the time, doesn't it?
Oh, it sure does. And I think in a couple of years, Missouri's going to have a talent to be in the Final Four.
Steve, how big are you now, height and weight?
I'm 6'11" and a half and weigh 240.
240. Yeah, you suppose you're going to grow any taller, Steve?
I don't think I am. I think I'm just about done growing right now.
That's about it, huh? I bet they're happy at the dinner table at home, huh?
Yeah.
Here's Simmons, and ball one inside from Bert Blyleven. Rich Grauer is the coach of the DeSmet team, and it'll be fun to see how long they can keep their streak going. They've won 60 in a row out there at that school. Ball two inside to Simmons. Ted batting 267. Rich, I bet you'll enjoy a little time off before you start it up again, won't you?
Well, I think I will. I know my wife will. She's very happy that it's all over.
Yeah, that's a tough schedule. Here it comes, and Simmons takes it high and away. Ball three. You teach some classes out there, Coach, as well as coach basketball.
Yes, I teach 3 Western Civ classes, and I'm also the athletic director.
Western Civilization?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And the AD and the basketball.
Right.
So you take credit for the good football team, too.
Take credit for all of them.
And when they go bad, you say, well, I'm the basketball coach.
That's right, Jack.
Nobody on or out in the Cardinals' second inning. No score. Simmons precedes Hendrick and Orge to the plate, and Ted takes it high and draws a walk. He's the first Cardinal runner. You had some nice kids on your club out there, didn't you?
Oh, not only great basketball players, but tremendous kids.
Yeah, that was my reference. Must have been fun to be around them.
Oh, yes, and they're all class individuals. And you're talking to one right now next to me, and all 13 other members of the team are just like him.
How long have you been out there now?
I've been out there since the school opened, so that's 10 years.
How many?
10 years.
Gone by quickly, huh?
Too quickly.
The leadoff man is on for the Cardinals, and George Hendrick is the batter. George has his average up to 280 now. They hold against Simmons, and Hendrick takes a breaking ball strike. Blyleven throws an inordinate number of curveballs. We'll sneak in a station break here in a moment. Leadoff man is on. They play straight away, and Hendrick swings, scorches it fair, past third base, into left field. Simmons makes the turn, goes on for third. The throw's into second. They might get him. He is out on a perfect throw on an aggressive play by Bill Robinson in left field. Brother, did he go after that ball, and he came up throwing. That's a heck of a play, Rich, wasn't it?
The throw was right on the base. The runner slid right into it.
Not only that, he threw to the right base.
Second base, right.
And really went after that ball. Hard hit. It looked like it was going to get into the corner, but he charged it like an infielder. Simmons ends up at third. It's a single for Hendrick. He had to try for 2 on that ball, and fans saw a good baseball play right there. The batter is Orge, trying to get the run in. This is the Cardinals Baseball Network.
For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof, Frederick Roofing, 645-2000.
KMOX, St. Louis.
Dane Orge is the batter. He's driven in 3 runs this year. The Pirate infield comes in with 1 out. Simmons at third. A fly ball foul, strike 1. They just played the Hole in the Roof commercial here on KMOX Radio, and you have the Fredericks boy on your basketball team.
Right. Bob Frederick is a 6'5 junior, and he's going to be one of the men that have to take Steve's place next year.
Pretty good prospect.
Pretty good prospect, yes, sir.
Think you could stretch him out a few more inches?
We hope to.
Outfield to the left for Dane Orge. His batting mark is 263. Simmons walked. Hendrick singled into third and then was thrown out at second base, trying for 2. Full windup by Blyleven. The pitch. Breaking ball. Strike called. Strike 2. A hard curveball. Strike 2 to the Cardinal outfielder. If Dane doesn't do it, it'll be up to Reitz. What a play by Bill Robinson in left field. The outfield to the left for Orge. He wants to hit that ball somewhere. Here's the pitch. And it's low inside. He just did lay off. By the way, on that single by Hendrick, Garner, the third baseman, never moved. It's my guess he didn't even see the ball when it was hit. It's not very dark here at the ballpark at the moment. Runner at third, one out. A chance for the Cards to get the lead. A breaking ball high, a throw down to third, and the runner gets back, and the catcher out almost threw it past Garner. Garner was running one way and had to reach back the other to get the ball. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dane Orge, the batter. This Blyleven is a tough customer. Big guy, throws hard, good fastball, it moves. And he throws numerous curveballs. And he changes speeds on the breaking ball. They give Orge right center. They don't expect him to pull the ball. Pirate infield is in. Full windup and the pitch. And Orge takes it high. That's ball 3, 3-2. Well, our best wishes to Rich Grauer and to Steve Stepanovich. Thank them for stopping by and hope they enjoy the ball game here tonight. And hope the young man has a great career at Ole Mizzou. 3-2 to Dane Orge. Here's the pitch. High, he walks and joins Simmons on base. Wasn't that a play by Bill Robinson in left field?
I tell you, Jack, anytime you hit a ball like that, 330 feet down the line, you can't get 2 out of it. It's going to take a great play to get 2 or something else, and Bill just made an outstanding play on it. A perfect throw. And as you said, threw it to the right base. That's the big thing.
And really aggressive going after that hard-hit ball. So now, it's first and third, 1 out, and the Pirate infield drops back. Reitz, 14 runs batted in, hitting .306 as the hitter. Blyleven will work off the stretch. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. And the first one is coming. Swing and a ball hit up the middle, goes through, and the Cardinals lead 1-0. Orge stops at second base. Reitz just got it past the pitcher, just got it past the diving shortstop. Simmons, who had walked earlier, scored. Orge stopped at second, and the Cardinals lead 1-0.
Reitz gets some big base hits for this ball club. He has since opening series, Jack. And he does it again.
Batting 8, number 4. Second base.
Tyson slumping a little bit after holding a hot hand for a period of time. Hitting .241. Reitz now has the same number of runs batted in as the leaders on the club, Scott and Hernandez. 1-0 Cardinals here in the second. Tyson the batter. Outfield way around to the right. They give him left center. One over the shortstop's head, and he'll be able to run for a long time. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, strike call. Bert Blyleven, I think his middle name is Breaking Ball. Bert Breaking Ball Blyleven.
BBB.
2 on and 1 out. And Mike Tyson swings and misses the breaking ball. Strike 2. Blyleven let up on that one. He throws some of those pitches very hard. Seems to have about 3 different speeds on that pitch. They don't like the way he's working. They send Jim Bibby down to the bullpen. He has 2 strikes on Tyson. Bob Forsch will bat next. Orge at second, Reitz at first, 1 out, 1 run home. And a little nubber towards second. And Stennett throws to second out and over to first out. Cardinals argue about that. I didn't think they'd get a double play, but they did. Stennett to Foley. Foley made a very fast relay on the ball.
Yeah, he cheated just the proper amount, and he had the perfect timing, and they turned one heck of a double play, 4-6-3.
I thought Stennett might tag the runner.
So did I, Jeff. I did.
When he went the other way, and they got the double play, the Cardinals score 1 run with the help of a couple of walks. They had 2 hits, 2 walks, double play, and 1 left. Bob Forsch goes to the mound with the lead after 2. The Cardinals 1 and the Pirates 0.
Now, True Value hardware stores are offering Mother's Day gifts that can make being a mom more enjoyable. Hi, Pat Summerall to suggest the Sunbeam food processor so Mom can experiment with all types of dishes, from elaborate salads to gourmet feasts without time-consuming preparation. The quiet direct drive motor can chop, slice, dice, shred, and much more in seconds. Or choose the Sunbeam 3-speed hand mixer to handle dozens of cooking and baking preparations. It's just $13.88 at participating True Value hardware stores.
A circus spectacular is coming to the Checker Dome May 18th through the 20th with 5 performances. It's the Festival International Circus of Monte Carlo with the world's greatest performers, all winners of the famed International Monte Carlo Circus Festival. KMOX Radio will host over 1,000 children who would otherwise not be able to attend. Tickets are on sale now at the Checker Dome for all thrilling, fast-paced performances. Don't miss it. The Monte Carlo Spectacular, May 18th through the 20th at the newly air-conditioned Checker Dome.
We go to the top of the third inning. Cardinals leading 1-0. Forsch back on the mound. Bert Blyleven, the Pirates pitcher and a good hitting pitcher, will lead it off. Followed by the leadoff man Omar Marino and then Tim Foley. Cardinals taken out of the previous inning by a good double play. a nip-and-tuck, bang-bang type of play at first base. Val Maxfield beefs a bit about it to the first base umpire, but not for a long period of time. Really, with the umpiring situation, you haven't seen too many gripes, at least in the ball games the Cardinals have been involved in. Very, very few really heated arguments. We haven't seen anybody thrown out of a ball game yet. It has happened in some other games in the National League and the American League with the non-professional umpires, but not the ones the Redbirds have been involved in. Fastball misses outside for ball one to Blyleven. He's batting 154. Bob Busch driving for his first win, and his counterpart at the plate, Blyleven, doing the same. The 1-0 delivery is a fastball, a strike call over the outside corner. Borderline pitch, and Forsch got the benefit of the call. They're straight away for Blyleven. Forsch with a 1-1 pitch, and Blyleven takes it low for ball two. It's 2-1. Springfield Club was beaten by Denver 9-7. The Cardinal minor league setup. St. Petersburg beat Tampa 7-1. The pitch, a ground ball is short. Grabbed by Templeton. Gary has time, throws in time. Blyleven is out. One away in the third. How about a visit soon to the 281-acre wildlife preserve at Grant's Farm, where you can find yourself eye to eye with a doe or her fawn, a Clydesdale, or maybe a great American bison. For reservations, call 843-1700 or write to Grant's Farm Tours, St. Louis, Missouri. Grant's Farm is open Thursday through Sunday now, and all you have to do is call for reservations. It doesn't cost you a dime. 843-1700. What a great way to spend a day. The batter, Omar Marino, he grounded out to second his first time up. The very speedy center fielder, a .310 batting average, 10 RBIs, and occasionally can pump one out. Ground ball off the mound toward Tyson, grabs it, throws, in time, good play. Forsch fell down, trying to get to it, and skirted off the edge of the mound, the first base side of the mound, and right into the hands of Mike Tyson. 2 down here in the third, and the batter, Tim Foley. The bespectacled shortstop. Foley, a right-handed batter. The pitch by Forsch. Fastball catches the outside corner. Foley doesn't care much for the call of Jim Jones, the lanky plate umpire. Steps out. The Springfield Club is in first place in the American Association. They're 12-5. That's the Cardinal AAA Club. It's a fastball outside, evens the count at 1-1. Foley last year with the Mets in 113 ball games at 257. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Foley pops it foul out of play off to our right into the Loge area. Occasionally he will hit a home run, although he only had 1 last year, 4 the year before that, 6 the year before that. He has hit a home run against Cardinal pitching in this ballpark, as I recall, when he was playing with Montreal. 2 out, nobody on. A ball and 2 strikes on Foley. Forsch goes to the line, and the 1-2 pitch is a fastball just outside for ball 2. It's 2-2. Some finals in today. Cincinnati beat Houston 6-2. They beat them yesterday also. They've picked up 2 games on them. They're 2.5 back. In the National League West, Chicago down to Atlanta. The next pitch to Foley. Curveball is inside. 3-2, full count. Foley waiting as Forsch goes to the line. Fastball, swing, and a foul tip right at the plate. In that Springfield ball game, they were beaten by Denver. Ryan Kurosaki was the loser in relief of Joe Edlin. The outfielder Jim Lentine was 3 for 5, his first home run of the year. Outfielder Keith Smith also homered his third of the year for the Redbirds up there. Arkansas was rained out. St. Pete won 7-1 over Tampa. Here's the next pitch to Foley. Ground ball toward third foul as Forsch came inside and jammed him with the pitch. Still a full count, 3-2. The winning pitcher in the St. Pete game was Kerry Burkett. He's now 1-4, a complete game for him. Catcher George Bjorkman and infielder Ray Rivas each collected 3 hits. Forsch trying to get rid of Tim Foley here. Another 3-2 pitch. Ground ball back to Forsch, knocks it down, picks it up, trots toward first, lobs it over Hernandez, and the inning is over. Forsch made a good play. The ball hit fairly sharply back through the middle, but Forsch was able to knock it down and make the play. 1-2-3, go the Pirates. We go to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Cardinals.
I'm here in a First Union Bank, and I'm about to interview vegetables. And here's one now. Excuse me, Carrot.
Huh?
Carrot, why are vegetables in First Union Bank?
Oh, we're helping give away seed money.
Seed money?
Seed money. You know, cash to help you get growing.
Folks, a Carrot has told us First Union Banks are giving away money.
That's correct. Open any new savings account with $200 or more, and they give you $5.
Oh, excuse me, Tomato. Tomato. Can you add anything?
Oh, quite certainly. You see, you have an option. $5 or for $6.95, these darling little vegetable pillows. Peas in a pod, carrots, or tomatoes.
$5 or a vegetable pillow. Oh, there's a pea pod. Let me catch up with him. Oh, my, the tomato fainted.
Mister, in front of a tomato, don't ever say ketchup.
First National Bank in St. Louis, Citizens Bank of Pacific, or any First Union Bank members FDIC. Offer ends June 1st.
Bob Busch will lead it off, and then it'll be Templeton and Scott for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the third against Blyleven. And Busch, like Blyleven, pretty good hitting pitcher. Checking over the other baseball that is complete in the National League today. We told you the Cubs beat Atlanta 9-3. Dennis Lamp got the win. He's 3-0. Negro, the loser, 3-5. Glenn Hubbard had a home run for Atlanta. Jerry Martin hit one for Chicago, his second. Ivan DeJesus hit his second, and Barry Foote hit his second of the year. Bobby Mercer hit his third. Cubs had a power day up there and won 9-3 over Atlanta. Giants beat the Mets 6-4. Winning pitcher LaBelle now 2-0. Won it in relief. Orozco was the loser. He's 1-1. Mazzilli hit his third of the year for the Mets. Jack Clark hit his fourth of the year for the Giants. Cincinnati beating Houston for the second day in a row, 6-2. Winning pitcher was Tom Hume. He's 3-3. Joaquin Andujar was the loser. Cedeno hit his third of the year. That's the National League. We'll catch up on the American League in a moment. Bob Busch against Blyleven. Busch batting 111, which would mean he's probably had only one base hit. Swings and misses at a good fastball fed up there by Bert Blyleven. Busch has had one hit and 9 trips. Curveball is chopped toward third. Garner comes near the line, grabs. It's a fair ball. Throws across low and scooped by Milner, who had his eye on the sky, but his glove in the right spot, and the ball popped into it. And it looked very nifty, if you weren't watching where his head went.
He wasn't going to hit him between the eyes.
That's right. Had a good chance of hitting him in the Adam's apple, but Scott skipped too high. Here's Templeton, who fanned his first time. And like last night, Templeton's had trouble with the low breaking stuff. This time, Blyleven changes on him, gives him a straight change for a strike. They fanned Templeton a couple of times last night on breaking stuff. Here's a curveball down and in and a swing and a miss. The same stuff he went through last night. And that is how Pittsburgh pitches him. They have great success with it. Other clubs do not. The 0-2 pitch, fastball, strike three call. He knew it. He changed up on him. He was looking for something of the breaking variety and didn't get it. And he strikes out for the second time tonight, second straight time. And that is the third strikeout posted by Blyleven. Now with 2 out and nobody on, Tony Scott comes to the plate. In the American League, Boston beat Seattle 11-4. Eckersley got the win. He's 3-1. Jones the loser. Fred Lynn and Jim Rice had home runs. Lynn's 10th, Rice's 3rd. Scotty fouls one off to the left slide, whistling into the seats. Yankees beat Oakland 5-4. Tommy John got the win. He's 6-0. Haverlow the loser. Rivers a home run. Kansas City beat Cleveland 3-2. Wise the loser. Winning pitcher Gale Roboski got a save, his 8th of the year. McRae a home run for Kansas City. Scott takes the ball outside, a breaking pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Detroit over Minnesota 8-4. Winning pitcher was Billingham. 2-3. Hartzell the loser. Weiniger had a home run for the Twins. The Tigers won it. And Fidrich worked about 5 innings in that ball game. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Tony Scott looks at a ball low and inside, a fastball. Milwaukee over Toronto 6-1. Lemanchik the loser, 2-1. Slayton got the win. He's 3-1. Carty a home run for Toronto, his 5th. Ogilvy at his 7th for Milwaukee. Baltimore leads California 5-0 after 3. And Lee May has hit a grand slam. Here's a fastball sailing high and away for ball 3. 3-1 to Tony Scott. On deck, Hernandez. Lee May hitting his 10th career grand slam home run. Chicago, Texas, not underway as yet. So that brings you up to date on all the other baseball. 3 balls, 1 strike. Scott hits one to short, a base hit into left. Over to get it is Robinson. Scott takes a wide turn, slips and falls, has to hustle to get back. But Scott gets a big 2-out base hit, gets Hernandez a chance to bat in this inning as he took it the other way and hit it in the hole between short and third. And Scott continues his good hitting for Tony Scott in numbers. Bob Hickson is his 35th hit of the year. The nearest to him being, I guess Templeton right now with 29.
He's hitting .340 now, Bob. Scott is.
And that would put him somewhere near the top 10 hitters in the National League. Scott with the lead, a chance to do some running perhaps. They hold against him. The pitch to Hernandez, fastball is a call strike. Keith and Templeton have been the fellas who have suffered most at the hands of the pitching of the Pirates in these two ball games, and the way they've been worked with the breaking stuff and the pitch down and in. Scott goes. The pitch is down and in. Throw through by Ott is wide, and Scott is safe. He didn't slide for some strange reason. He almost got number one hit by the ball and almost got tagged out by Tim Foley, who took the throw, but Scott is there with the stolen base.
I think, Bob, Foley was going after that high throw and was right in the path where Scott wanted to slide, so he couldn't get down, and Scott now has stolen 7 out of 8.
Mr. Scott is the base-stealing leader on this club right at the moment. Now a chance for Hernandez to come through with a big 2-out base hit to chase a run-o. Cardinals lead 1-0. Blyleven checks on the runner. The pitch, curveball, strike call over the outside corner. You might as well make up your mind. You're going to see a steady diet of breaking stuff. That is the way Blyleven works you, and it's almost as if his fastball were a changeup. Hernandez steps out, bugs bothering him around home plate. What a lovely, lovely day this has been in St. Louis, especially compared to what we've had for about the last 3 weeks. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Blyleven comes in with another one. A curveball, chops foul toward first. Into the photography box just outside the Cardinal dugout. 1-2 count on Keith. He's tied for the RBI leadership with 2 others, Scott and Ken Reitz now on the ball club with 15. Blyleven with a long look to Ed Ott. And his 1-2 pitch to Hernandez. Fastball chopped toward third. Garner comes near the line. Fair ball, long throw. He's out. They throw him out of there. 2 bang-bang plays at first base. Cardinals don't whoop too much about it. Garner made a heck of a play right near the line and just barely nipped Hernandez.
Hernandez is 0 for 2 and batting .222.
And he leaves the man at second base. That's 2 stranded by the Cardinals. We're finished with 3, and the Redbirds lead it 1-0.
It's a Chevy like no Chevy you have ever seen. It's a thoroughly contemporary driving machine. Chevy Citation, a whole new kind of Chevy with a full of front-wheel drive. Big little Chevy with room for up to 5.
The 1980 Chevy South.
From KMOX Radio News, President Carter today gave Energy Secretary James Schlesinger orders to find the cause of the latest gasoline shortage in Southern California and to find a way to alleviate it. Britain's new Prime Minister, Margaret Thatcher, took just 1 day to form her conservative cabinet. She named one woman, Sally Oppenheim, as Minister of State in charge of consumer affairs. Iran's Muslim leader, the Ayatollah Khomeini, today ordered the formation of a new revolutionary army in the wake of the assassinations of 2 of his top aides.
Don't forget, tomorrow is camera day now, and those of you with cameras will be allowed on the field from 11:45 to 12:15 to take pictures of your favorite ball players. We'll have a good crowd on hand. Then, on May the 13th, a week from tomorrow, it'll be Helmet Day, and for the boys and girls 14 and under, you can treat Mom to the ball game on Mother's Day that day, and also get a free gift besides. For the first 10,000 youngsters 14 and under entering the stadium with a paid admission, you receive a free baseball helmet. So keep that in mind. The pitch to Parker, curveball low in the dirt, skips away from Simmons, ball 1. On Friday, May the 11th, we'll have an autograph booth for you out beyond the bleachers in right center field. 6:15 to 7 o'clock. Roger Freed and Bob Sykes will be there. That'll be on May the 11th, so keep that in mind. I did that. 2-ball count. An off-speed pitch sails high to Parker. Parker gets back in. Batting above the 346 mark. 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. The pitch high with a fastball. Busch misses. 3-0. It's interesting the way Bob Sykes talked last night that he told Simmons before pitching to Parker in that tight situation late in the ballgame he wanted to bust 2 fastballs in on him, as he termed it. And Simmons said, that's fine, but we're going to get him out with the slider, which they did. Parker walks on 4 straight pitches. Busch. So Parker's on, and he is a threat to run.
First baseman, John Milner.
No one on this Pirate outfit is immune the way they run the bases. Parker has very, very good speed for a big man. He has stolen only 1 base. Nope, he has stolen 4, beg your pardon. I was looking at Bill Robinson. And has not been caught, and he goes, and the throw through is high, and he is safe with a stolen base. And that is number 5. Busch didn't bother to go over to first base. So now Milner has a chance to tie it up. Parker with a stolen base, his 5th of the year. Milner, who walked his first time up there, stands back at the plate. The pitch was a strike. The double play is out of order now with Parker down at second base unless somebody nails a line drive somewhere and they're able to double him off. Busch for the 0-1 pitch. Popped up into short left. Coming on his Orge. Out goes Templeton, who wants it. Now Templeton, now Orge, now Templeton. They let it drop. Parker's going to get to third. Throw to second. It is wide, and Milner is down there. That is going to be an error charged to Templeton, they say. Nobody touched the baseball. Orge didn't touch it. Templeton didn't touch it. But they're charging Templeton. If anything, both should be charged with perhaps lack of communication.
Well, the left fielder's got it.
Right.
The fielder's got to catch the ball. They got to chase him away and catch it. They both saw it. It wasn't a matter of losing the ball, and it really puts Busch in a jam.
Yeah, that's the main part of this. Busch in a tough jam and easy out. They should not have given the air to Templeton, I'll tell you that right now. That ball was 100 feet, 150 feet into left field.
So he has to work to Bill Robinson, misses outside with a fastball, and he's really into the gun. Runners at second and third, nobody out.
In fact, Templeton was looking for help on the play, and Orge got there and didn't help.
Someone has to take charge. The pitch to Robinson, curveball, hit toward third, grabbed by Reach, looks the runner back, gets up, throws, they got him. What a play by Kenny Reach to save a run.
The toughest part of the play, once Reach got to the baseball, and that's all he wanted to do, his main purpose, because the runner at third wasn't going, neither was the runner at second, so Reach, he knew if he got to the baseball that he would save a run. Then he got to it, he caught it, and he really had a struggle trying to get to his feet and throwing the man out, and somehow he did it. You just talk about taking charge. You don't have to worry about that with Mr. Reach over there.
The head out is the batter. Tapped back to the mound his first time, left-handed batter. And I guess you'd have to say he's almost a dead pull hitter, Mike, because he has a tendency to fall away from the plate up there.
Who was that he got the big base hit off of in Pittsburgh in that series up there at the left field? Remember that? The ball was up all over the plate. He is a pull hitter, but he's learned in about a year and a half up here in the big leagues that when he gets 2 strikes, sometimes he has to go the other way, and we've seen him do it on occasion, but until he gets 2 strikes, he likes to rip at that baseball.
Busch moved him off the plate with the first pitch, a pitch up and in. Second and third, 1 out. Busch working off the stretch, and the pitch to Edott. Curveball hit toward first, foul. Evens the count at 1-1. Parker is at third, Milner at second. A walk, a stolen base, and a pop-up into short left that nobody handled, and they charged Templeton with an error on the play. And Milner wound up at second base. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Edott. He's hit a couple of home runs, 6 RBIs. The pitch, curveball, hit toward first again, and that's foul. 1-2 count. I tell you, if Robert can get himself out of this jam without anything more than the tying run, he's done a good job of pitching. They play out very slightly to pull. Stockily built catcher. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Busch steps off, gets back on, looks into Simmons to get the signs. Runners at second and third. 1-0 Cardinal lead. Now Ott calls time, thinking Busch has taken too much time. Now Simmons and Busch want to talk it over, make sure they got the signs straight. No time for a wild pitch or somebody to be crossed up. Busch has still only given up 1 base hit, and that was the double back in the first inning to Parker. And he had made a very good pitch to Milner, getting him to pop the ball up in the short left, but as we say, it was misplayed or not played at all. Wound up with an error being charged and really puts Busch under the gun. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Ott, curveball, popped foul out of play. He was trying to go the other way that time, Mike.
Yeah, when he gets 2 strikes on him, Edott, he's a little bit of a changed hitter now that he's had a little bit of experience experience up here. He'll take you the other way. He can also pull when he has 2 strikes on him, but if you put that ball out there, he'll try to go with you if he can.
On deck is Phil Garner, a right-handed batter. Busch rubs up the new baseball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. The tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second base. Busch gets the sign, goes to the belt, and the 1-2 delivery to Watt. Curveball, chopped toward first again, and it's foul. Man couldn't make a play on a high hop up toward the stands. And Al Monchak, the first base coach, goes over and picks up the ball and tosses it in to the young fellow in the seats. Jim Jones, who is the plate umpire, one of the non-professional umpires working, the one professional umpire hired by the National League is working at first base in this game. Bob Friel is one of the others. Joe Bendekovich, one of the other amateur umpires working. And by and large, the ones we have seen here at home have had very few arguments. Not too many beefs directed toward them. Ott gets back in. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes on him with 1 out. Busch trying to get out of some hot water here in the top of the 4th inning. Bob checks on the runners, goes to the belt. The pitch, curveball, chopped toward first, and that is foul again as Hernandez goes over to flag it down. Tomorrow's finale of this 3-game series will feature Silvio Martinez and Bruce Keeson. Keeson 1-0, Martinez 0-1. And just perhaps we are settling into some pretty good weather for a few months now. Lovely day today. Supposed to be a much better day tomorrow. Hope you've got a good supply of Budweiser on hand for Cardinal baseball for the remainder of the weekend. Busch with a 1-2. Fastball is low and inside as Ott skips out of there. 2-2. Garner waiting on deck. Busch has slowed it down with runners at second and third. Some faulty defense has put him under the gun. Waits. Busch gets the sign. Garner waiting on deck. Busch kicks, and the 2-2 is a curveball low and inside, or a straight change it was. Straight let up, low and inside for a ball. Full count, 3-2.
He wants to get him out, of course, Bob, but I don't think he'd mind too much if he walked Ott in the spot.
He's got a right-handed batter on deck in Phil Garner. The pitch to Ott inside, he hit him. He hit Ott with an off-speed pitch. The ball didn't get away except into the front of home plate.
I think it was a curveball, Bob. I think your vision was blocked by the body of Ed Ott. It could have hit him. I'm not saying that it didn't, but it appeared to be a curveball. And
just in the dirt, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a curveball hit way out in front. And as curveballs do, when they hit, they go back the other way. Simmons did a heck of a job of blocking the pitch, but I think they'll call it ball 4.
I thought they got him. Nevertheless, the bases are loaded, whatever it was. And the pitch to Garner. Strike called, fastball. For Bob Busch, the third walk he has issued. The base is loaded now, and the double play is in order again with 1 out. So he can get out of it with a ground ball if he can off the bat of Garner. Garner has 1 home run, 2 RBIs. Busch works off the stretch with the bases loaded. And the 0-1 pitch to Garner. Chopper back up the middle, could be 2. Templeton to Tyson, throw to first, double play. He got it out of the inning.
Dandy double play. Tough play for both Templeton and Tyson. Kemp was very close to the base, but he was in front of it, so he had to shovel it. When he did, Ty really turned it.
And a good pitch on Garner got him to tap it up over the middle. And they turned the 6-4-3 double play, and he gets out of the inning. No runs, no hits, an error in the inning. They lead 2.
And let's not overlook the play by Reitz in that inning, Bob. That was the difference.
That saved a run as he went to his knees and threw out Bill Robinson on a ball hit to his left. So we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, still 1-0 Cardinals.
And now, here's to all the Cardinal coaches, those pros of pros who call the shots along the base paths. You know how to make the most of each player's talents. Coach, this bud's for you.
This bud's for you. For being on the job and working hard all day. So here's to you.
who keeps our bullpen ready, to the coach who keeps our batters battling, and to all you unsung heroes, here it is, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser. Here's to you.
Won't you do? This Bud's for you.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
It has been brought to our attention that we do indeed owe you a station break along the network, so we will pause right now to do that before the Cardinals will send Ted Simmons to the plate in the bottom of the fourth inning. This is the Cardinals Baseball Network.
You're listening to KMOX Radio, St. Louis, your station for total news, sports, information, entertainment, and service. The total radio voice of St. Louis.
And so Jack Buck said to me, he said, I don't think he would mind walking head on.
Yeah,
if indeed...
If he'd hit a grand slam, I wouldn't have said a word.
But you were right. He worked in that way and indeed wind up walking out, but got the double play ball that got him out of the inning. Ted Simmons, who scored the Cardinal run back in the second inning when he started the inning with a walk, will face Bert Blyleven for the second time here this season. Simmons batting at .267 clip, 11 RBIs, 5 home runs. He is up on that plate from the left side, and an off-speed pitch catches the outside corner to Simmons. Blyleven started him off with a straight change. They play Simmons to pull. They give him left center, and Blyleven kicks and brings a curveball in that's too low for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good crowd on hand tonight for Saturday night baseball here in St. Louis. Tomorrow will be a camera day, and you're going to be allowed on the field from 11:15. Here's a long fly ball to right, going, and it is gone. Home run number 6 for Ted Simmons. Simmons really turned on one and ripped it out of here in a hurry. And the Cardinals lead it 2-0. Was there any doubt?
Not with Simmons. He enjoyed every moment of it. He took about a step and a half and stood there and watched it, and then gave it the old trot.
He whistled one out of here well up into the Lowe's area. Hendrick, the batter, takes an off-speed pitch high for ball 1. George had a base hit his first time up. Hit one down the line at third, and they threw him out trying to stretch it into 2. 1-0 pitch, fastball up and in. Ball 2 from Blyleven. 4 out of Simmons' 6 home runs have been hit from the left side, and he really turned on that one. The 2-0 pitch to Hendrick. Fastball just missed low and inside.
When he hit that, I looked at Blyleven's 0-2 record. I looked at his home runs allowed, Bob, and that was number 6. So that's been a problem for him.
A 3-0 count on George Hendrick. On 3-0, he takes a strike about letter high over the inside corner. Orge is on deck. Brock getting a night off tonight. More than likely will be in the lineup tomorrow afternoon. Here's the pitch by Blyleven. A foul back as Hendrick had a good cutter to fastball. Full count on Hendrick now, 3-2. Nobody on, nobody out. Simmons has started the inning with a blast into the seats. The Cardinals lead 2-0. The 3-2 to George. Popped up toward the right side. Back goes Milner, the first baseman. He calls for it in foul ground and has it for the out. Hendrick pops up for the first baseman, John Milner, in foul territory. 1 away, and the batter, Dane Orge.
Left fielder, Dane Orge.
He walked his first time up. Cardinals trying to even the season's record against this Pirate outfit. Blyleven takes a little time before he starts to work to Dane Orge. Cardinals have 4 hits, 2 runs.
Tough to sneak that fastball by Simmons.
As you say, like sneaking the sun past a rooster. Here's a fastball outside. Orge has not hit a home run yet this year. He's driven in 3s and some fairly big hits. Playing in a part-time role. Outside and high again with a fastball, 2-0. Ed Ott calls time to go out and talk to his right-hander. I mentioned to you again that from 11:45 to 12:15 tomorrow, you'll be allowed on the field with your camera to take pictures of your favorite ball player, as we have camera day here. And a week from tomorrow, we will have a helmet day. That'll be Mother's Day, and you can bring Mom to the ballpark. And if you're a young lady or a young gentleman 14 and under entering among the first 10,000 with a paid admission, you get a batting helmet. Here is ball 3 outside as Blyleven has fed Orge 3 straight fastballs, all of which took off to the outside. Orge more than likely will be taking on 3-0. And the pitch to him is high, ball 4. What has happened, Thomas Michael? Why did he do that? Home run upset him that much? All 4 fastballs. Sail away from him.
I don't think they upset him. He may have been trying to overthrow the fastball because Simmons caught him with it on the home run as he hit a fastball out of the park. So he may have been trying to put a little extra on it, overthrow it, and many times when you do that, it stays high because you generate the body motion and effort, but not the arm motion and effort, and that's why it goes high.
A lot of the veteran baseball observers around the stadium are not aware of who the Pirate pitching coach is out there talking to his pitcher. It's a former Cardinal favorite and a Pirate favorite as well, Harvey Haddix. He trots back into the dugout. So Blyleven will work to Reitz. Reitz had an RBI single back in the second inning. Orge on at first base. Milner holds against him. And we'll see if they might use the hit and run with Orge on at first base and Reitz at the bat. The pitch to Reitz. High fly ball hit deep to left off a hanging curve. It is back off the wall. Here comes Orge around to third. Reitz trying for 2. They may get him. He slides. He's safe.
Lenny Skinner was picked off. He forgot who was running.
He didn't know that Reitz was coming. Otherwise, he'd have tagged him out, believe it or not. Robinson played the heck out of that ball in left field.
Second one. Yeah, he had Kenny Reitz. Stinnett just didn't think that he had a chance at all. He forgot that Reitz was running. If he'd have been on the base, he'd have had an easy play for the put-up.
He was on the outfield side, the left field side of second base, and apparently just didn't realize who was running, right?
Plain and simple.
So Reitz is at second base. Orge is over to third. Still only one out. The batter is Tyson. He hit into a double play. Back in the second inning.
Jim Bibby up throwing in the Pirate bullpen.
We saw enough of him in one outing in Pittsburgh when he came in and just shut the door in the Cardinals' face.
11 in a row over there, I believe.
Well, he was tough. Swing and a miss on a curveball by Tyson. Trying to get the Cardinals a little bit of insurance. Infield drawn in. Runners at second and third and one out. Blyleven hung a curveball for Reitz, and he drilled it off the left field wall. Cardinals on top 2-0, trying to add to that lead. Outfield shifted way around to the right side. There's shallow, a big gap in left center for Tyson. Curveball is too high, and that's ball 1. Evens the count at 1-1. Tyson has gotten some pretty good-sized RBIs in the last couple of weeks. He's driven home 9 runs, a couple of home runs. His average at 241. Blyleven from the belt. The 1-1 delivery. Tyson takes a fastball. Strike 2 call. 1-2. He was guessing curveball, and he got the heater. Always told me you couldn't guess that way. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Tyson swings and misses on the curveball. Struck him out. So it's up to Bob Borch.
Pitcher, Bob Borch.
Borch holding on at third, Reed's holding on at second. I always said, Mike, you've always got to be looking for the fastball. You just can't go up there thinking that you're going to get the curveball on it.
This guy has a great one. Bert Blyleven, one of the better curveballs in the game.
Borch fouls one out of play. He got the curveball and popped it off to the right side. Bob, pretty good hitting pitcher. He grounded out to third his first time. He can help his own cause. A base hit could drive in 1 for sure, and maybe 2. Borch takes a fastball high, ball 1, 1-1. Coming up in the month of June, the Dodgers will be here, San Francisco will be here, San Diego will be here. You can get tickets by mail right now for those dates. The pitch to Force. Fly ball hit well deep to right center. Back is Marino. He's not going to get it. Here comes Orge. Here comes Reedson. Force is rounding second. He's going to try for 3. He'll go into third, standing with a triple.
That's what you call looking for the fastball. hit in the third.
Bob Ford triples in 2 more. And the Cardinals lead it 4-0. And here comes Chuck Tanner. That'll be it for Bert Blyleven. 3 runs home in the inning. 3 hits, a leadoff home run by Simmons. A 1-out walk to Orge, a double by Reach. Tyson struck out, and Forge tripled over the head of Marino in right center. They just flat had him played too shallow for one thing. Like a guy like Marino should know a little bit better than that because Forge is not an automatic out. He was very shallow in Tyson and appeared to be very shallow on Forge.
Bob took him the other way, hit that ball about 360 feet away. But as you say, Bob, as high as it was hit, although it was placed very well, he'd have been back 10 feet, though he had a better shot at it. The Cardinals will take it. Tell you, Force did a heck of a job in that last inning when he was put under the gun. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Great play by Reach off of Robinson, and then a heck of a double play after outed walk. Garner hit one up the middle, and Tyson, along with Templeton, turned one heck of a double play.
So the Pirates are making a pitching change, and they're going to bring in the right-hander, Jim Bibby. Blyleven is out of there after 3 2/3 innings. Gives up 4 runs, 6 hits, struck out 4, walked 3. And he is responsible for Bob Busch down at third base. Jack?
Scoring thus far in the Cardinals' second inning, a walk to Simmons. Base hit by Hendrick. He was out trying for 2. Reach singled the run home. Then in the 4th inning here, Simmons led it off with a home run to make it 2-0. With 1 out, a walk to Orge. And so the walks have been Blyleven's problem here tonight. A double by Reach set it up. Tyson struck out for the 2nd out. Force got his first runs batted in of the year. He knocked one into right center. Moreno, with his great running speed out there, just tried and tried and tried, never did come close to the ball. Went to the base of the wall, and Force loped into third base as it turned out. Templeton, who struck out twice against Blyleven, will try to get something against Bibby.
Force does not have a home run, but he has a pair of triples when you include the last.
And those RBIs are his first 2 of the year. So Templeton comes to the plate with a chance to drive it around. He faces Jim Bibby, the big, hard-throwing right-hander. The pitch pops foul out of play as he got a Bibby fastball. Jim Bibby, with a record of 1-1, is in his 5th ball game. He's worked 8 1/3 innings, given up 8 runs, 8 hits. He has fanned 6, given up a couple of home runs. Templeton trying to keep this inning alive and add to the Cardinal lead. They're on top 4-0. Force walks out to a lead at third. The pitch to Templeton. Fastball. Call. Strike 2. Bibby can throw hard. He is big. Bibby is 6'5", 250 pounds. Looks like a defensive end. The 0-2 pitch to Templeton. Fastball. Swing and a miss, and Templeton is fanned 3 straight times. That is the 5th strikeout against the Cardinals. Recorded by Pirate pitching, the first by Bibby. He shuts things down, but the Cardinals get 3 runs. On 3 hits in the inning, they leave a man. 3 they've stranded after 4. Cardinals 4, the Pirates nothing.
14
Jerry Bradshaw talks about the Steelers.
There are 4 tough Steelers that escort me every...
On to the 5th inning, Cardinals lead 4-0. They've out hit the Pirates 6-1. Joe Cunningham's at the microphone. I bet you wish you were still playing, Joe.
Oh, yes, I do, but of course you can't do that at 46 years old.
When was the last year you played?
1966 with the Senators.
How many years did you get in the big leagues?
12 years. 12 years.
How many were the Cards? From 54 to
54 through, I guess, 61.
What do you got going with the groups?
Okay, first of all, I'm glad to hear that Joe McShane, our vice president, is out of the hospital and at home and doing well, and Frank Carroll's doing well. Community night's coming up, May the 11th.
Carroll at McShane's house?
No, Frank is still in the hospital, but had surgery and is doing fine. Yeah. May the 11th is St. Louis Bon Vivant night, and for ticket information, contact our friend Tom Fucaloro at Braniff International, May 11th.
Tom who?
Fucaloro. No, at Braniff International. And May the 11th also is Kelly Relich's night, and for ticket information, contact Marin Ellen Hayes at the corporate office in Florissant.
Let's see what Stennett does leading off. He swings, lines it into right. Hendricks on the move, and he got it for the out. He made a heck of a play in right field.
Well, we relatives, as I mentioned, is May the 11th, and contact Mary Ellen Hayes at the corporate office or our chairman, Joan Bainan, at the Ira Berry South County office, our chairman. And a big one, May the 12th, Lindbergh High School District Night. There'll be a pregame between the Lindbergh Flyers and the Fox Warriors, beginning at 4:30. Anyone wishing to watch the game may enter Gate 4 at 3:30 with a paid admission.
Here's Jim Bibby at the plate. Throws right, bats right, and takes a strike.
And during the ceremonies or after the ceremonies, the Lindbergh Fox Warriors and the Flyer bands will perform and play the national anthem.
Here's the pitch, a curve. It's high. What do you mean perform and play? Are they going to dance or what?
No, they're just going to put on a great program. Both bands performing after the ball game when the ground crew works.
Oh, I see. Here's Bibby looking at a pitch a little bit high, ball two. So they're going to perform on the field and then play the anthem.
Yes. Fine. And for ticket information, contact our friend Tony Line at the Lindbergh School District or the activity office.
Here's the pitch to Bibby with one out. That's a strike from Bob Porsche, 2-2.
And another kind of a special promotion that's really working out real nice is Fairview Senior Citizens Day. That's May the 17th. Contact our friend Bo Boykman in Collinsville for free tickets. Jack, what do you think about that?
That's great. Here's a swing and a miss on a curve. Bibby goes down. And Bob Porsche gets his second strikeout. Boykman is providing the transportation and buying the tickets for the senior citizens.
Isn't that great of Bo, I tell you. That's great. They may have 800 senior citizens coming in for that ball game.
What date is that?
That's May the 17th. We play, I think, Montreal, Jack. I don't have the schedule with me. Whatever happened to Bertha Schuler in St. Genevieve, Jack?
I don't know. They're 2 out. See you later, Joe. The batter is Omar Moreno, the leadoff man, the center fielder. 2 out, nobody on in the Pirate fifth, and the Cardinals leading 4-0. Reach plays in to guard against the bunt with Moreno at the plate. Swing and a foul. That one shook off the mask of Simmons. Shook a few of his fillings loose.
You guys sure do get along good, don't you?
Who, Cunningham?
Sure.
He's a good guy.
Well, the best. I tell you one thing. He has done some job out here with the community nights in the past 3 or 4 years.
He really has. The outfield's to the right with Moreno batting. 2 out. He was going to bunt, and he took ball 1. 4-0 the score. Cardinals 1 in the second, 3 in the fourth. Home run by Simmons, 2 RBIs by Porsche. Reach drove in the first run. Cards have out-hit the Pirates 6-1. Moreno with 2 out. Was going to bunt and took a ball. 2-1. He really set that Cardinal infield in motion, Moreno did, when he moved up at the plate. Tony Foster in Springfield, Missouri, dropped us a note, which we appreciate. And we also got a note from Bella Vista, Arkansas, from John Norris. Nice to hear from all of our listeners along the Cardinal Network. And hello to the folks in Danville. Moreno swings, shoots it to center. There's Scott, and he has it for the out. Moreno flying to center field. That takes care of the Pirates. They went down in order, and a big play by George Hendrick in the inning. The Cardinal defense has been sparkling, although there was a lapse that put Porsche in trouble in this game. He pitched out of it. Now Mike Shannon will tell you about the Cardinal fifth with Scott, Hernandez, and Simmons. Redbirds go in leading 4-0.
5th inning, Scott leads it off. Bibby fires high, ball 1. Nice note here from a fan down in Altheimer, Arkansas. I hope I pronounced that properly. Good fan down there. Ground ball, second baseman. Stennett has it. Scott is retired. 4-3. Tony tonight.
Altheimer or All-Timer, Mike, and I'm not sure which. So we'll get
George Durley is a good Cardinal fan down there in Arkansas, and we say hi and appreciate his listening every evening. Here's Keith Hernandez. Tonight, Keith, his fan grounded out. Got a nice note from Hans Dooley. He wanted to know the whereabouts of Kenny Rudolph. Swing and a miss by Hernandez, and he's in the hole 0-2. Kenny Rudolph, the former Cardinal catcher, is now a Chicago Cubs manager in the minor leagues down in Florida. And Mr. Bacabella, the former Montreal catcher, I believe, is out of baseball.
Out of baseball, I think, and probably back out in California, perhaps, Mike.
0-2 delivery by Bibby to Hernandez. Strike 3, threw it right by him. Twice now that Hernandez is fan. We're in the fifth, and it's 4-0 Cards, and here's Simmons. Listen to the hand. Ted has walked and scored. He's homered, his 6th of the year. He's one behind Terry Kennedy up at Springfield.
Boy, hasn't he gotten off to a start up there?
I told Ted I'm going to keep a track of how many Kennedy hits and how many he hits and have some fun with him. We owe you a station break, and we'll give it to you here. First one to Simmons. Slider inside, ball one. Cards lead 4-0. Scored a run in the second, 3 more in the fourth. We're now in the fifth. Busch has a one-hit shutout going, by the way. Nobody on, 2 out. Curveball, a beauty. Evens the count 1-1. Simmons on a breaking ball, fouls it past first, and we'll pause for station identification. This is the Cardinals Baseball Network.
You're listening to KMOX Radio St. Louis, your station for total news, sports, information, entertainment, and service, the total radio voice of St. Louis.
Simmons digs in, Bibby into the wine, 1-2 delivery. Breaking ball, a swing and a foul back here. Simmons is vicious with that bat at the plate. With a slider, and I tell you, most guys, when they get a ball in on them, they pull their hands in and try to get the barrel out. Simmons doesn't. He acts like he's trying to chop down George's cherry tree, and I want to tell you, he really pulls down on it. The next one by Bibby. Long one into right center, and you can run for a couple, Ted. He's around first. He digs for second. And Ted will stop there, I think. He does a 2-out double by Simmons, his second hit of the night. He's 2 for 2. He's been on base 3 times. And listen to the hand. Card fans give Mr. Simmons.
The only fastball he got in all the pitches that Bibby threw him. And he tried to sneak one on the outside by him, and he yanked it.
He is some hitter, Mr. Simmons. He came in tonight batting .267 with 5 homers, 11 RBIs. He's now 2 for 2. 6 homers, 12 ribbies. Very distinguished visitor in the booth here. Jack will talk with him. The next inning. Long time, upstanding family in this community. You'll have the privilege of talking it over. Won't you, Mr. Starr?
I tell you, if he was here last night, or the last time he was here, we won. Got the lead tonight. We may have to make a permanent party out of it. Keep him in the stadium.
Putting the pressure on him. We're in the 5th inning. 4-0 Cards. 4 runs is good, but these Pirates, you never know. Here's the pitch to Henry. Good breaking ball by Bibby. Strike call. Simmons grabs the lead. The outfield spread out for George Hendrick. George tonight has singled, popped out. Bibby fires. Slider low, 1-1. Quite a few finals for you in the National and the American League. Bob Starr will bring you up to date, fill you in after this ball game's over on the scoreboard show. Montreal at San Diego, Philadelphia at Los Angeles under the lights a little later on. 1-1 delivery, Hendrick. Swing and a miss on a good breaking ball. He goes down on one knee as he followed through with that swing. Giants won. They beat the Mets 6-4. Cubs are off and flying. The month of May. Down in Atlanta 9-3. Cincinnati a winner over Houston 6-2. Boston clubbed Seattle 11-4. The Yankees snuck by Oakland 5-4. Milwaukee over Toronto. Detroit over Minnesota. Bibby with a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch, and Hendrick fouls it off the catcher's mask into the seats of Souvenir. Detroit scored 8 times, Minnesota only 4 in that Tiger win. And Milwaukee walked across Toronto 6-1. Kansas City squeaked by Cleveland 3-2. Saw Gabe Paul over at the Derby. He'll not be happy with that result. Kansas City win over Cleveland. What'd you say Rabowski did in that one, Bob?
Got a save. Got his 8th.
He's 3-0
last night.
Boy, he's having a heck of a year. He's playing out his option over there. He's 3-0 with 8 saves. Bibby checks Simmons. Big lead by Ted. The pitch to Hendrick is a slider outside corner, and I mean a beauty. Hendricks says nothing, walks away, strike 3 call. The Cards get a base hit, Strand Simmons, who doubled. Redbirds have left 4, and after 5, Cardinals 4, Pirates nothing.
What do you want from a motor oil? Do you?
We go to the top of the 6th inning. Bob Busch will be working to Foley, Parker, and Milner. And we welcome to the other microphone Senator John Danforth, who is an avid Cardinal baseball fan, and I suppose that might upset some of the folks, but you can split your loyalties because you are
I've got Kansas
benefited, right, by Kansas City being
on the other side of the state, and I generally see them a couple of times a year.
And your name is being flashed up on the message board out there, Senator Jack Danforth. In attendance, Tim Foley is the hitter. He is 0 for 2, and Busch starts him off with the fastball and got it in for a strike. You said you were here opening night, and the Cardinals won, so you're back for an encore.
I'm looking for a 2-0 season, Bob.
Busch brings it in, right back through his legs, and a base hit up the middle. A fastball, and Foley took him back up the middle. I know, Senator, it is tough for all of those of you in public life in Washington to be able to enjoy some of the things that the rest of us do, like coming out to the ballpark when you want to, like going to a football game whenever you like. And business comes first, and I guess you fellas do enjoy being able to get back home among your constituents for one thing, and being able to get back out and just kind of enjoy a normal existence for a brief period of time.
Really do, Bob. Just to be the guy in the stands is really a treat.
441.
Here is Dave Parker. He has doubled. He's walked, stolen a base. Hernandez plays behind Foley, doesn't hold against him. Busch checks and brings it to Parker. Sliced foul off to the left side, and that just about got one of the attendants seated down there. I don't think he was right in the ball game.
He's awake now, though, I'll tell you that. Sitting over there reading the newspaper, but he is wide awake now.
That one whistled right off his left shoulder. Didn't quite get him, but it rattled him a little bit. Umpire gets a new supply of baseball, Mr. Danforth. I suppose people are still chomping at the bit in some circles in Washington about getting baseball back in this city out there.
Well, there are a lot of baseball fans in Washington. They've had a couple of chances, Bob, and haven't done very well.
Long fly ball hits the left center. Back is Orge. He can't get it. It's off the wall on a hop. Scott gets it. Foley's not going to be able to score. They get it back in. A double for Parker. Foley had to hold up, and he winds up at third. Parker had a long shot to left center. Orge almost got to it, but just couldn't quite get there. And so, Busch again is under the gun. A single, a double, and only because Foley had to hold up and see if perhaps Orge might catch the ball did he not come around to score. And here is Milner. Are you sure you're that good an omen, Senator?
Well, I think I'm in the wrong seat up here, Bob. I was doing better in the seat in the stand.
Well, we'll see if we can't get Milner out of there. He has been a ton. He has walked. He's reached on an error. And Bob Busch, who pitched out of trouble in the 4th inning, has the same people to contend with here. The pitch to Milner. Curveball. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on an off-speed breaking pitch and got Milner out in front. Foley is over at third. Parker's down at second. Parker with 2 doubles tonight, a walk, a stolen base. He is perfect. And the Pirates now have 3 hits off Busch and are threatening to break his no-hit bid. Cardinals leading 4-0. Or his shutout bid, I should say. The pitch, a curveball, misses a bit low, and it's 1-1. So what is the feeling in Washington? Are they willing to put pressure to bear? Is that extreme, do you think?
Well, I don't know. They've had Major League Baseball, twice now.
Right.
They've never done very well with it. There are a lot of people who'd like to see it back, a lot of people in Congress who would like to see it back, but...
High fly ball hit to right, way back. This one may get out of here, back at the track. Nope, Hendrick will catch it. Foley tags. He comes home. Over to third goes Parker, and it's 4-1. Milner made a bit. Long fly ball, and sacrifice fly gets the run home. For Milner, his 14th RBI of the year. Foley comes home to score, makes it 4-1 Cardinals. Well, it's a beautiful stadium. Jack Buck has sat down, and he is a long acquaintance of the Senator. It's a beautiful stadium to waste in that city for only one sport. I know that.
Well, they've got Baltimore so close, which I think is a little bit hard to, I would think, a little bit hard to draw 2 American League groups of fans in that close neighborhood, but I don't know.
Robinson swings and misses on a forced pitch. One out. Runner at third is Parker. Robinson tonight, Bill Robinson, a span. He is grounded out to third. The pitch by Busch. Curveball chopped toward third. Charged by Reach. Short hops. Now here comes the runner trying to score. And he scores. He's safe. Reach didn't look him back enough. And Parker, as soon as Reach made his move to throw to first, darted for the plate, and they could not cut him down. It's 4-2.
That big guy can do some things, can he, Bob? He owns the plate. He stole a base earlier. He came up with a brilliant base-running play here. He is some baseball player.
Reach, he just did not look him back enough, and Parker knew it, and as soon as Reach made his motion to throw to third, he struck out for home and scored and made it 4-2 with 2 out now. The batter is Ed Ott. The pitch comes to Ott. A fastball misses outside. Hernandez knew what was happening, Jack. He just couldn't get the throw in enough time to make his throw back home.
Because Reach had so much time, he really didn't get the ball over to first with as much on it as he could have. Not thinking that Parker would be going.
1 ball count. The pitch to Ott. Inside and low with a fastball. 2-0.
If Force gets out of this with 2 runs, I think he'll feel pretty good because I thought sure that ball that Milner hit was going to fly out.
2 runs are home. It's 4-2. Cardinals still have the lead. They've out-hit the Pirates 7-3. Ott waits for a 2-0 pitch. Grounds it in the short, in the hole, base hit. Ott with a base hit to left. That is 3 hits of the inning. And he'll work now to Phil Garner, the third baseman. He's grounded out both times, once into a double play.
I want you to know, Bob, that Senator Danforth here is the best score-keeping senator I have ever seen.
I use an amateur method, Jack. I don't know that I want you to look at my scorecard.
But you know what it means, right? You could recap the game.
Yeah, I can read it, but I don't know if anybody else can.
I think he probably keeps it the right way, Jack, and you and I and Mike are the ones that keep it our own way. Here's a ground ball to short, grabbed by Temple, and throws to second for the 4th out. The inning is over. And as you said, Jack, he is very fortunate to get out with much
Senator, right. Now, before you give the totals, and we have the commercial, Bob, Senator, you've been doing a lot of work with young people, meeting with them. Any particular reason for that?
Well,
or is that the way it's turned out?
I enjoy it, Jack. I'm here at the ball game tonight with 4 students from high schools in St. Louis. I like kids, got 5 of them myself, and I really enjoy coming to the ball game with them and keep in touch with them.
You get some pretty good ideas from them, too, don't you?
It's the best generation this country has ever produced. I'm convinced of it, and all you have to do is spend a little time with them and realize how good they are.
Going to stick around for the entire game?
I think I'm going to change seats. I didn't do too well for us in that. Knocked me into it.
All right.
Well, that ought to make you and I feel proud, Jack. We both have kids in this generation, right? Apparently, we've done not too badly anyway.
I've got kids, yeah.
The inning is over. The Cardinals give up 2. Pirates come up with 2 on 3 hits. They leave a man. 5 they've stranded. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is now 4-2 Cardinals. Jim Bibby facing Dane Orge now. Dane has walked both times he's been to the plate. He has scored a run, and the Cardinals need some more. Bibby brings it. Orge hits it high in the air, foul off to the left side. It'll be out of play. Have you ever been on the Anheuser-Busch Brewery Tour? It's really something, you know. You see the quality ingredients, the time and the care that go into brewing your favorite Anheuser-Busch beers. Now they're bottled and packaged, and you even get to visit the stable of our St. Louis friends, the world-famous Clydesdales. Why don't you take the time to tour the brewery Monday through Friday? Doesn't cost a dime, 9:30 till 3:30. Open every day except Sundays and holidays. The pitch is a high and away, off-speed pitch, 1 ball, 1 strike. Go ahead, Mike.
I thought you were going to ask the senator if we're going to have the Kentucky Derby here in Missouri next year.
I don't want to stir anything.
You know,
like that.
you want to make Julian Carroll unhappy, right?
Oh. 1 ball, 1 strike. Get the folks in Kentucky upset at me. Here's the pitch to Orge. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch that was down.
But you think they want to keep it down on the bluegrass, huh?
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. They seem to have done quite well with it.
105 years, that's sticking with it pretty good, huh?
1 ball, 2 strikes on Orge. Since Bibby has come on, he's fanned 2, given a double. Fanned 3, and given up a double, and that is it. So he has shut the door so far. The pitch to Orge. Fastball is outside, just missed with a good heater. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Orge, then Reach and Tyson here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cardinals on top 4-2. But still, they will have to face perhaps the middle of that Pirate lineup again. The pitch, Orge fouls it back, going the other way with it. Fastball out and away from him. Dane came in tonight batting, 263. He's done no damage to that average since he is up there for the third time. But the first two were unofficial with the walks. Orge waiting. Bibby kicks around at the mound. They're straight away for Dane Orge. He has power. He's not hit a home run as yet. Most of his good hitting has gone to the opposite field. 2-2 pitch. Hits one to the left side again. Down the line. Coming on Robinson. Can't get there. Bounds over his head. Into the corner. Robinson falls down. Orge will get to third. Robinson back in the corner to pick it up. Here comes the throw, and they hold Orge at third, and he gets a triple. No sooner had I said that his best hitting had gone to the opposite field, he dumped one down the line, Mike, and Robinson made the fatal mistake on this AstroTurf of letting that ball land a bit too close to him, and it bounded over his head.
Yeah, he got caught in between. He wanted to catch it, but he couldn't get there, as it was really a tailing hit off the end of Orge's bat. It really tailed as he got down towards the end, and Robinson was caught between, and he couldn't do anything except try to block it. It bounced over his head, and there's a break. Cards can get one of those runs back in a hurry, and guess who has the chance?
Reitz is there. He is 2 for 2 with a single, a double, an RBI, and a run scored. All he needs is the fly ball to get him home. Infield comes in. The pitch to Reitz. Swing and a miss on a slider. Went fishing for a bad pitch, low and away.
Mr. Borton wants us to thank all the people for writing him. I guess we'll ask him not to write him anymore. Huh?
Oh, no, don't do that. He is enjoying it. He's loving it. Here's the pitch to Reitz. Popped up. In foul ground. Maybe a play for Garner near the stands. Coming back in, but he can't get to it. It's 2 rows back, and Reitz gets a life. He's in the hole, 0-2. No, sir. Mr. Barton has enjoyed the letters. They've all been most kind in their praise for the work he does, because if things sound good and the quality is good from up here, much of the credit belongs to him, we must all admit. There's not much he can do with our voices. Well, he can shut them off. And he's not done that. Here's the pitch to Reitz. Low with a breaking pitch for a ball. And he laid off of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Infield end. Orge over to third with that leadoff triple.
It's like that Fred Lynn is trying to have a year like he had a couple.
Isn't he?
10 home runs now for Boston's Mr. Lynn.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Half swing and a ground ball to third. Reitz trying to hold up. Garner looks the runner back, throws him out. Reitz took a half swing at one right up under his chin, got wood on it, grounds out to third. And Lou Brock will bat for Mike Tyson. Tyson had hit into a double play and it fanned, and Brock will bat for him. And they will get another infielder loosened up, either Mike Phillips or Ken Oberkfell, to go into the ball game. And Lou Brock. Listen to the hand for Lou Brock.
Getting a standing ovation here. He has been something, Mr. Brock, lately. We have 18,000 here, and they're on their feet, applauding Mr. Brock. He had 3 hits and 4 trips in last night's ball game, and on Thursday he had 3 out of 4 also. 6 hits in his last 8 trips to the plate, and he comes off the bench as a pinch hitter. Fly ball, get the job done. They had a meeting on the mound, the entire Pirate infield. They discussed on how they'll work to Mr. Brock.
He is 77 hits away from 3,000. Lou's had 6 hits in his last 2 ball games. He had 3 hits last night, 3 hits the day before. 23 hits on the year for Lou. He's batting at .365 as he steps in there. 1 out, runner at third, and Dane Orge. Bibby working to Lou Brock. The pitch. Lou swings and misses through a fastball. Bibby reared back and fired one. Bibby looking in to get the sign. Brock trying to get that run home. The pitch to him. Swing and a miss on a Bibby fastball. He's throwing 2 heaters. And Lou's gone after both of them. Orge started the inning with a triple down the left field line that bounded over the head of Bill Robinson. Reitz on a half swing grounded out to third. So Brock needs at least the fly ball to get Orge home from third base. Lou in the hole 0-2 stands back in there. Bibby working off the line. The 0-2 pitch to Brock. Swing and a foul tip into the middle-out, and Brock is down on strikes. Bibby played hardball with it. He threw in 3 straight fastballs and got him on strikes. So it'll be up to Bob Busch.
Pitcher Bob Busch.
Bob has tripled tonight to drive in 2 runs. He's 1 for 2. Bibby just reared back and blazed 3. Brock made contact on the last one, but foul tipped it into the mid of Ott. So it is up to Bob Busch to help himself. The pitch to him. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Bob steps out and gets back in. Bibby works off the line, the 0-1 delivery. And Busch on a half swing holds up, takes it inside for ball 1. Templeton is on deck, and he's had a tough night. He has fanned 3 times. And 5 times in the last 2 games. He fanned a couple of times last night. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch to Bob Busch. Fastball is too low. Ball 2. 2-1 count on Force Orge at third base. Cardinals having difficulty getting him home after that leadoff triple. Now there are 2 out. Bibby with the 2-1 pitch. Busch takes it low. Ball 3. Well, he wouldn't walk the pitcher. If he would, that might get him in a bit of trouble. Bibby has to come to Busch or put him on. They're shifted way around into right center and right field. A big gap in left center and center field. The pitch to Busch. He swung and ball 4. Pitch was up and in, and he went after it. Full count. 3-2. Bob adjusts his helmet, gets back in there. Bibby got him with a high-type fastball. Now it's 3-2. The pitch. Ground ball foul. He broke his bat on it. Bibby jammed him.
Camera Day, mañana, you folks. We'll attend tomorrow's ball game. If you have a camera, you'll be allowed on the field from 11:45 until 12:30 to take pictures of the favorite player you wish. Also, the St. Louis Youth Symphony will perform during the Camera Day activity. You can get some pictures of them if they wish.
11:45 to 12:15 tomorrow. Bob Busch has a new bat. Comes back up to the plate. 3-2 count, 2 out. Orge over at third. Cardinals leading 4-2. Bottom of the 6th inning. Still a long way to go on this one when you're playing the Pirates. Bibby nods his head. The big right-hander goes to the line. The 3-2 pitch to Bob Busch. Popped up toward first. Drifting toward the stands. Milner apparently will have a play. And caught it. And fell into the photographer's area. Milner makes the catch for the out. Good play by John Milner.
Outstanding.
And good pitching by Jim Bibby after the leadoff triple. He got reach on a ground ball. He fanned Brock and got Busch on a pop-up. No runs, a base hit and a man left. 5 stranded by the Cardinals after 6. 4-2 Cardinals. For the Pirates, Rennie Stennett is due to lead it off. And they are apparently going to go to the bench, Mike, and bring up Mike Easler to bat for Jim Bibby, perhaps. Bibby is due up in this inning. Quite honest with you, I'd just soon see him out of there. Man, he's a ton when he comes into the ballgame. He can really shut you down.
Well, he really pitched well in that Pittsburgh series in Three Rivers. Came in, and if I'm not mistaken, Bob, he shut down 11 in a row. I know it was 9 in a row, but I think it was 11 in a row. Cardinals finally got a run off of him, but that was about it. He really came in and shut the door. And again here this evening, he pitched out of a little trouble. Gave up a base hit to Simmons in the 5th. Triple to Orge in the 6th inning to lead it off, and then shut down Reitz, Brock, and Ford.
Ken Oberkfell comes into the ballgame, replacing Tyson at second base after Brock had pinch hit for Tyson. So it'll be Stennett, who is 0 for 2, and then the pinch hitter, probably Mike Easler, who used to belong to the Cardinals. Then the top of the order, Omar Marino. Stennett has grounded out. He's lined out to right. Hendrick made an outstanding play on him his last time up there. Easler was involved in a deal right toward the end or middle of spring training. I can't remember for sure. He was with the Red Sox at the time, and some kind of a deal was worked, and he wound up with the Pirates. So he is not in their press book, and I do remember him when he was with our club in spring training a couple of 3 years ago. Stennett is the batter. The pitch to him from Forsch is high for ball one. In the Cardinal bullpen, Darrell Knowles is heating it up. And remember again that Mark Littell is not available for duty. Here's the 1-0 delivery. A curveball pops foul off to the right side. Stennett, who has that tendency to step away into the bucket but still get wood on the ball, popped that one off to the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Forsch has scattered 4 hits. He gave up a 2-out double in the first inning. They didn't get another base hit until they got 3 in the 6th when they scored their runs. Next pitch is too low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Al Monchak is their first base coach, and Joe Lynette coaches at third for Pittsburgh. Bob Forsch into the line. The pitch to Ronnie Stennett. The 2-1 delivery. A ground ball to the right side. Grabbed by Hernandez on a big bounce. The first baseman makes the play unassisted. And there's one away. Stennett bounces up. You've looked it up. What do you... Track Easler down?
Tell you one thing. He knows where the airports are in the United States. A young man, and he's really bounced around. He's been in the National League, the American League. 57 times at bat prior to this year. 57 games, rather, 99 times at bat. He's been with Houston, California, Pittsburgh, Columbus, the Cardinals, Houston. Been around.
And some of these Cardinal players, well, most of them know him. A lot of them played with him in the minor leagues at Tulsa, I think, 1 year.
And against him when he played for the Pirates Columbus Ball Club.
Here's a straight change, chopped toward first, but that is foul. He's in the hole 0-2 after swinging and missing on the first one. No balls, 2 strikes. Easler.
He's 6'1", 200-pounder. He can run.
And he is married to the sister of the New York Yankees, Cliff Johnson, formerly with Houston, the big outfielder. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Easler takes a pitch outside, a fastball, 1-2.
She wouldn't want to make Mr. Johnson mad.
1-2 delivery, curveball in the dirt, gets away from Simmons off to the side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 away. Nobody on here in the top of the 7th inning. Cardinals keep their bullpen busy. The Pirates have a right-hander heating up down in their bullpen. Easler steps out. New baseball given to Ted Simmons by plate umpire Jim Jones. Check to see who the Pirates have throwing down there. That is Enrique Romo. Number 15, Enrique. Popped up into short left. Coming on is Dane Orge. He waits and has it for the out. 2 down. So a classic example of how not to catch a baseball today. I was watching the Red Sox and the Seattle Mariners. And the Seattle right fielder came over to foul ground, and he put up that unpatented one-handed catch, and the ball popped right out of his glove, about 10 feet from the wall. As it is often said, why stick up one hand when you got 2 to put up there to try to catch the ball? We'll pause in a moment, give you a station break. Marino's the battery is 0 for 3. Easler has popped out to short left. The pitch was fouled off by Marino. Marino has grounded out twice to the right side and lined out to center. Hit the ball fairly hard his last time up there. Reach, respecting his speed, in on the edge of the grass, inside the bag, down at third by about 7 or 8 feet. Forsch with a 1-strike pitch. High and outside with a fastball. We'll pause right now. This is the Cardinals Baseball Network.
You're listening to KMOX Radio, St. Louis. Your station for total news, sports information, entertainment, and service. The total radio voice of St. Louis.
Curveball in the dirt bounces by Simmons and back to the screen. 2 balls, 1 strike. Darrell Knowles keeps it warm. Enrique Romo is warming up in the Pittsburgh bullpen. He's a right-hander. Forsch working here in the top of the 7th. They play Marino to pull. A little bit of room and left center. The 2-1 pitch from Bob. Inside with a fastball. Marino looks out at him. 3-1. Forsch in search of that first win of the year. He is 0-2. His counterpart, Bert Blyleven, was 0-2 when the game started. The Cardinals lead at 4-2. Blyleven's been knocked out. Bibby has left the game now. Ball, nope, strike call over the inside corner. I thought it was ball 4 for a moment. 3-2. Full count, 2 out. Marino doesn't beef at Jim Jones. Busch trying to get rid of the speedy Marino. The 3-2 delivery. Ground ball to the right side. Grabbed by Hernandez. He will make the play unassisted, and he beats Marino to the bag. 3 up and 3 down. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates in the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is 7th inning stretch time here at Busch Stadium. Cardinals 4, the Pirates 2. The new pitcher for the Pirates is Enrique Romo. He's a right-hander, not very big, has no record. Earned run average of 4.82. He's been in 9 ball games. He's worked 9 1/3 innings, given up 6 runs, 5 of which were earned, 11 hits. He has fanned 13, however, and walked 6. And he works to the top of the Cardinal batting order, Gary Templeton, who has had a tough 2 games with the Pirates. He fanned twice last night. He has fanned the first 3 times he's been up there tonight. And the Pirate pitching has pretty well carved him up. We'll see how Romo does with Gary Templeton. The thing about Templeton, you don't carve him up for a long period of time. You may get him a few times, and the Pirates have pitched him extremely well. But he is a good enough athlete that sooner or later he's going to catch on to you. So we'll see what he can do with Enrique Romo. Enrique is from Mexico. He is from Santa Rosalia.
Used to live in Costa Rica.
Or is that Santa Rosalia? Is that it, Santa Rosalia? Not Santa Rosalia. Santa Rosalia.
Depends on what kind of accent.
Mexico, I suppose so. And he still makes his home in Mexico. Gary Templeton stands in. Templeton, then Scott and Hernandez. Enrique into the wide. Marino is very shallow in center field. Chopper toward third. Grabbed by Garner. Long throw in time. Templeton's out, and he is 0 for 4 tonight. They have gotten him every time. That time he got Wood on the ball. That'll bring up Tony Scott. Tony's had a base hit tonight and continued his fine hitting.
Center fielder Tony Scott.
Scott, when he got that base hit in the 3rd inning, put his average at about 340. He is slightly under that right now. 1 for 3. 1 out, nobody on. Scott batting left-handed, off-speed pitch sails just a bit outside for a ball. Enrique has an assortment of stuff he can throw up there. Breaking stuff, off-speed deliveries. Some extra motion. 1 ball count. The pitch. Ground ball toward the left side of the hole. It's short into left, a base hit. Scott has his 2nd hit of the night, a 1-out single. And he just continues to do it. And he hasn't had many hitless ball games, Mike. He's gotten at least 1 in most of them. They haven't been able to shut him down very often.
That puts him over the 340 mark.
And Scott is a threat to do some running. He stole a base back in the 3rd inning. After he'd singled, Hernandez has had a tough night also. Keith has fanned twice, grounded out the other time. He is 0 for 3. Redbirds could use some more runs. In the top of the 8th inning for the Pirates, it'll be the 2, 3, and 4 men in the lineup. Scott with the lead, throw over, he gets back. Milner puts a tag on him.
Scott has done everything, hasn't he? Hit the ball the other way, pull it, defense, run the bases.
I tell you, the play made last night off Parker, Mike, was as good we have seen a center fielder make in our ballpark in a long, long time.
He acted like he knew where Parker was going to hit it.
And the pitch to Hernandez, fastball is in, a call strike. Scott showed no signs of running. Keith looking for his first hit in this series. Scott with 7 stolen bases. Been caught only 1 time. Romo checks on him. Throw over. Scott gets back.
Kent Tekulve in the Pirate bullpen.
And the lanky right-hander. 1 strike count on Keith Hernandez. Keith trying to keep the inning alive, keep it going. They play him slightly to pull, give him a little bit of left center. The pitch to him, fastball, fouled back. He had a good cut at a high fastball.
See the folks over in Marty Marion's little place. The Stadium Club having a good time tonight. Amazing how many Cardinal fans there are around the country, Bob. Over at that Derby today, almost 130,000 people over there. Must have had 40, 50 people last meeting. How'd the Cardinals do last night? Who's pitching tonight? Redbird fans all over.
Pitch out. Scott's not going anywhere. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hernandez steps out, looks down to Jack Kroll. He gets back in. Keith with 15 RBIs, couple of home runs. Tied for the RBI leadership with Scott and with Reitz. Oh, they came out and tied him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Scott goes. Pitch is swung on and fouled back. Hernandez had a good fastball to hit. He knows it, and he's disgusted with himself. Just didn't get it. So we'll do it over again. Scott trots back over to first base. The American League today, Boston won over Seattle 11-4. New York beat Oakland 5-4. Baltimore leading California tonight 9-1. That's in the 8th inning. Chicago leading Texas 7-2 in the 5th inning. The others are all finals. Kansas City beat Cleveland. Milwaukee over Toronto 6-1, and Detroit beat Minnesota 8-4. Enrique Romo working on Keith Hernandez with 1 out and Scott at first base. Scott goes. The pitch is a breaking pitch. Low throw, and it is in time. They got Scott as he slid right into it, apparently in a good play by Tim Foley, the shortstop, and taking the throw.
He's a good one, Tim Foley, and he just made a dandy play. Throw was off towards the first base side, scooped it out of the dirt, and made the tag all in the same motion.
And Hernandez taking the pitch strikes out into a double play. 2-6 into the double play. No runs, a base hit, and nobody left. We're finished with 7. The Cardinals still lead the Pirates 4-2.
Jack,
we have a day off, and Book is the kind of guy that might have volunteered.
Well, he's going to pitch Wednesday, so this Saturday he'll have Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday off. That'll bring him into what would be a 4-man rotation. Here's ball 1 low. Pete Vukovich is warming up in the bullpen with Darrell Knowles. And Foley leads off, and Forsch has just got to get him out. Leading off in the 8th inning with the Cardinals leading 4-2. The pitch. Strike. A good fastball at the knees. Foley had a base hit and scored a run in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 3. Has a new batting style with a bat right on his right shoulder as the pitch is made. Swings, flies it into right. That's going to drop in, I think. It is a base hit. Hendrick blocks it. Kept it from going by, and Foley has started it with a hit. And that's bad with Parker coming up. Here comes Boyer out of the dugout. He must have been looking for some signs, Bob, because he's out very quickly, and he wants a new pitcher with Dave Parker coming up. He wants Darrell Knowles to see if he can get him out. So Forsch pitched 7 innings, and he leaves the ball game with a record of 0-2. Could be the winner, cannot be the loser, and Darrell Knowles comes in to see what he can do about getting Dave Parker for the first out in the 8th inning, or maybe that double play. What are the figures on Forsch, Bob?
I have him for 7 innings, and listen to the hand Bob Forsch gets. He did a nice job tonight. It's a tough-hitting Pirate lineup. He gets a nice hand. Good crowd here gathered this evening. Forsch worked 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, 5 hits. He fanned 2, and he walked 3, and 2 of those walks occurred back in the 4th inning when he pitched out of an enormous amount of trouble. And gives way to Darrell Knowles.
Pirates put 3 of their hits together in the 6th inning for 2 runs. The Cardinals hang on to a 4-2 lead, and it looked like Boyer had his mind made up, Bob, that if Foley got on base, well, that was going to be it for Bob Forsch.
He was out of the dugout in a hurry as soon as the ball dropped. There was one of those loopers, a little flare into right field, and Hendrick dared not try to make the shoestring grab and let the ball go by him for extra bases, I guess, so played it that way, and Foley is on with his 2nd hit of the night. So he is 2 for 4. Parker has 2 hits, and the other hit belongs to Ed Ott.
A couple of left-handed batters coming up, Parker now, and then Milner. Vukovich is warming up in the Cardinal bullpen. Meanwhile, Darrell Knowles is into the game. Appearing for the 9th time this year. Has a record of 1-0. And he'll try to save it for Bob Forsch. Parker has doubled, walked, stolen a base, doubled, and scored a run. He's been a big part of this ball game. And the veteran Darrell Knowles will work to him with Foley on at first base and nobody out here in the Pirate 8th. Cardinals leading 4-2. The first one coming to the big guy, and he takes a strike called in the outside corner. Outfield deep around to the right. Scott very deep in center field. Reitz guards the line at 3rd. Hernandez holds against the runner at 1st, and Templeton and Tyson hope for 2. The pitch from Knowles. Swinging a broken back ground ball to Hernandez. Throws to 2nd out. No other play, and a good play by Keith.
Yeah, He executes that play, I guess, as good as anyone I've ever seen, Jack.
Well, he makes every play at first base, Mike. The tag play, the 3-6-3, the throw home, the throw across the diamond, he ranges for foul balls. He deserved the Golden Glove that he got last year.
And he goes to his right as good as anyone I think I can ever remember. Most likely better than anyone.
So Knowles got the force out, and Parker's on with one out. The batter is John Milner. Milner has walked, reached on an error, and driven in a run with a fly ball. Narrowly missed a 3-run homer tonight. The pitch to the left-handed hitter. Strike called. Knowles gets ahead. Another thrilling ball game. I'll say this, win or lose, the baseball has been far from dull here at the ballpark. I mean, it's been good to watch, fun to watch. And we play tomorrow at 1:15, ending the homestand. 1 on, 1 out, the pitch. Milner takes a ball a little bit inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Phillies didn't score in the first at L.A. They're underway on the coast. Philadelphia won there last night. Milner the batter. Darrell Knowles in relief of Bob Forsch. We're in the 8th. St. Louis leading Pittsburgh 4-2. The pitch. Swing and a smash past Hernandez into right. A base hit. On to third goes Parker without a play. And Milner has singled. The tying runs are on. First and third with 1 out. Hernandez made a diving try for that. He was holding against Parker. That's another advantage of a guy as big as Parker, Mike. As big as he is, you still have to hold against him because of his ability to steal bases. Otherwise, with another fellow who can't run, you play back and you catch that ball and get a double play.
Hit it right on the head, Jack, but that guy Parker is just an all-around ball player, and he's really something. And look who's coming into the ball game now. The Cardinals are making a pitching change, and I'll bet you Kenny Boyer asked for a volunteer. The guy that's coming in right now is the first to raise his hand, and here he is tonight. The right-hander, Pete Vukovich.
Vukovich comes into the game. His first relief appearance, his 7th appearance of the year. He's 2-1. And he'll try to save it for Bob Forsch. Darrell Knowles leaves. He got Parker to hit into a force out and darn near got Milner. The ball just eluded Keith Hernandez. And now with runners on at first and third, the tying run at first, the batter will be Bill Robinson. And there's nothing doing in the Cardinal bullpen. So Vukovich warms up. Vuk, as we told you, will be pitching Wednesday in Pittsburgh. And so he'll have Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday off. And he's asked to pitch 2 innings here tonight. So let's see if he can do it. And it's not an easy chore when you've been a starter to crank it up on your, quote, day off, unquote, and come in and try to do a job in a jam.
Man, he came out the other day and what did he pitch the other day? 7 innings? Here he is back again. I thought he pitched 7 innings. We'll take a look at it and see if he's right.
Well, Bo Boykman is here. He's having that outing here at the ballpark on the 17th of May, and he's trying to corral some senior citizens. I see him walking up to most everybody he encounters, asking how old they are. And they like to ride the bus. And when Montreal is here on the 17th, the day game, why, more than 600 senior citizens in the Belleville, Collinsville area, Fairview Heights, will be coming to the ballpark, courtesy of Bo.
Vukovich pitched 8 innings the other day, Jack.
Tough innings, hard innings. He had a lot of walks. I mean, a few walks, quite a few base hits. He really had 11,
I think. May the 3rd. This is the 5th.
Well, it's first and third with 1 out. Now Tom Bruno is throwing in the Cardinal bullpen. Another left-handed batter, Ed Ott, is on deck, but he has to deal with Bill Robinson now. First pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 1, in on his hands. Parker at third, Milner at first. Those are the tying runs. Cardinals leading 4-2. They've out-hit the Pirates 9-6, and we're late. We're in the 8th inning. And here is the stretch by Vukovich. Another pitch coming, a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Robinson is 0 for 3 tonight with a run batted in. Vukovich is in a hurry. Throws to first, and the runner gets back. A leisurely toss over there by Vukovich. Pete's ready again. Here it comes to Bill Robinson. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a good low and away breaking ball. 2 out. Big out.
Moxie.
Hernandez to the mound to say something to the pitcher. To the plate is Ed Ott, the left-handed hitting catcher of the Pirates. He is hit back to the mound, walked and singled. Well, with a right-hander in there and a right-hander warming up, I suppose we'll see Willie Stargell before this evening is over. He's not been playing because of the bad hit, but he can pinch hit. First and third, 2 out. Outfield around to the right, so Robinson didn't get that fly ball that the Pirates desperately needed to get within a run. Grant Jackson warms up for the visitors. First and third, 2 out. The first pitch coming to Ed Ott. Curveball, swing and a miss. Big number 46. Trying to do it for Bob Forsch. And save it for the Cardinal veteran's first win. Vukovic steps off the rubber as Ott takes time digging in. Left-handed batter waits. The pitch is on the way. Instead of throw to first, and the runner is back. Milner at first is not an extremely fast runner. Outfield playing Ott to pull the ball. The Cardinal relief pitcher is ready. Here it comes to Ed Ott. Swing and a foul on a bad ball low. Strike 2. Throwing nothing but strikes. 3 to Robinson, 2 to Ott. No balls, 2 strikes. The on-deck batter for Pittsburgh is Phil Garner. We're in the 8th inning. Vukovic gets the new ball, goes to the rosin bag. He has come in firing. Simmons down to give the sign. Ott gets set in the batter's box. Simmons gives the sign. Vukovic stretches, checks the runners at first and third. The batter steps out, calls time. Ready again. And with a count of no balls, 2 strikes, the pitch is wasted outside. Ott gets back in. Sturdy left-handed hitter. Has some power, has 2 home runs. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball, ground ball up the middle. Base hit. A run is in. That makes it 4-3. There goes the other man to third. The throw is into second. And it's a 1-run game. That run is charged to Forsch as Ott got the RBI single. Good base running by Milner because he knew that Scott had to throw to second base to keep the lead run at first.
It's all part of thinking about this game and then reacting. You think before the ball is thrown, and then react, and that's exactly what Milner did, Jack. You're correct.
So Milner went to third with the tying run. And on at first base is Ed Ott with the lead run. 2 on, 2 out. Vukovic delivers, swing and a miss on a breaking ball to Garner, who is 0 for 3 tonight. Then the Pirates here in the 8th inning have closed to within a run. It's 4-3 Cardinals. He had Ott set up, but couldn't get the third one by him. Here is the pitch to Garner. Swing and a foul. Strike 2. Trying to go to right field. So again, he's ahead of the batter. Garner, a .238 hitter at the start of the night. On deck, it's Rennie Stennett. Garner out, gets back in. Milner at third with a tying run. Out at first, 2 out. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch and a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the Cardinals still have the lead. That closes the book on Forsch, 3 runs. Closes the book on Knowles, no runs. And Vukovic will try to pitch the 9th and nail it down for the Cardinals. The Pirates get 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, 2 left. They have stranded 7. And the Cardinals come to bat in the 8th. They'd like more runs. They lead 4-3. Cardinal 8th inning will find Ted Simmons to lead it off against Enrique Romo. Romo pitched the 7th, gave up a base hit, but the man was out stealing, and he'll try to keep the Cardinals close. He takes his last warm-up toss. Looking ahead of the Pirate 9th, you find Stennett, then the pitcher due up, and then Moreno. Foley, if anybody gets on, and if the Pirates have sort of a productive inning, they'll get Parker up there again.
Like you always say, John, it's against the baseball rules for Parker not to bat in the 9th inning, it seems.
Here Simmons has had a perfect night. He's walked and scored, homered, and doubled. Batting left-handed against Romo.
If I'm not mistaken, Enrique, among his pitches, throws the knuckleball. I think that's what he got Hernandez on that called third strike in the previous inning.
He has a variety of pitches, and the folks who saw him pitch in the American League last year told me he was quite effective and a good one. He's been around for a while. He knows how to pitch. Simmons takes an off-speed breaking ball, strike one call. 17,440 here tonight. We've seen a good game, and they'll be holding their collective breath in the ninth inning. Romo is number 15 on his gold Pirate uniform. Delivers. Breaking ball low inside to the Cardinal catcher. We'll be right back here mañana at 1:15. Silvio Martinez will crank it up against Bruce Keeson. They're both right-handers. 1 o'clock is the dugout broadcast time. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch to Simmons. And a half swing, and he went around. You know what the crowd thinks of that. He's in the hole, 1 and 2, on a half swing by Simmons.
Mr. Buck on a Saturday night, 7 o'clock game, heads out of the ballpark, a nice dinner, and a good, clean, cold, frosty glass of Bud.
I've got the Bud. But there'll be no dinner. I got 6 kids with me. Outfielder around to the right for Simmons, leading off in the 8th. The ball is in the dirt. Ball 2. Umpire flips a new one to the mound. Simmons the batter, Hendrick next, and then Orge. Cardinals scored a run in the first, 3 in the 4th. They had a 4-0 lead. It's been narrowed to 4-3. Simmons looks at one low, ball 3. No fastballs yet for Ted to swing at. Cardinal catcher 2 for 2 tonight to add to a 267 average. He now has 6 homers, 12 runs batted in. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a bouncer to second. Rennie Stenton a big hop. The throw. Simmons is retired for the first time. 1 gone. 1 man out. Hendrick is 1 for 3 tonight. He helped the Cardinals score a run in the second inning. Buddy Schultz, who pitched 2 tough innings last night. 2 good innings. Warms up in the Cardinal bullpen now. Mark Littell is unavailable. He didn't do any throwing today, but he said his arm felt better. Hendrick takes a sidearm curve inside. Romo will come at you from every direction. He'll come at you from Canada or Mexico.
He has featured the knuckler, too, in this particular inning. Threw a bunch of them to Simmons.
We'll see if Hendrick can solve him. Sidearm, strike call. These two have faced each other in the American League previously. Station identification time. 1-1 to Hendrick with 1 out in the 8th. Cardinal pitcher at the moment is Pete Vukovich. Here it comes from Romo. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. Let's pause. This is the Cardinals Baseball Network.
You're listening to KMOX Radio, St. Louis. Your station for total news, sports, information, entertainment, and service. The total radio voice of St. Louis.
There's only 1 game yet to be determined in the American League. After 6 at Texas, the White Sox lead 7-3. And there are 2 games on the West Coast in the National League. Here is a foul by Hendrick on a half swing. So, Mr. Starr, you'll be busy on the scoreboard.
A full scoreboard, as it were. Fortunately, most of them will be nearing completion with the exception of the West Coast National League games.
Enrique Romo on the mound. Hendrick at the plate. Orge on deck. George is in the hole as the pitch comes in. Sidearm and outside. He almost chased it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fans behind first base have a little fun applauding the umpire who said that Hendrick didn't swing at it. Romo's given a steady diet of sidearm pitching to the Cardinal outfielder. And here it comes. Overhand, breaking ball, grounded foul past third base. Come on out tomorrow, folks, for the 1:15 game. If you're a shutterbug, why bring your camera? You'll be allowed on the field for 45 minutes between 11:45 and 12:30 to snap the shutter as the players will be on the field for your benefit. St. Louis Youth Symphony will perform, and Martinez will pitch against Keeson with 1 out here in the Cardinal 8th inning. 2-2 on Hendrick. sidearm, and low. Ball 3. This plate umpire, who is a college umpire, has seemed to work the plate without too many beats.
I think this is his third game with us behind the plate. He's worked a lot of the bases. He and Bob Short of the non-professional or non-big league, we should say, have worked very well, Jack, in the games we've seen.
A full count on Hendrick. And the pitch. Swing and a base hit to right center. That ball is going to be extra bases. He'll get 2, maybe 3. The ball bounces around. Hendrick digs for third with 1 out. He is there. I don't think I've seen Hendrick run that hard all year, Mike.
I don't think so, Jack. He had one thing on his mind when he got that up the gap. He really had to battle Romo. He got that ball over the second baseman's head, and he said, I think I'll stretch it out and let her loose and get a triple.
Very important with 1 out.
Correct.
He's there with 1 out. That'll bring the Pirate infield in. This run would be extremely important. They've got Stargell on the bench. I bet he's
chomping at the bit over there.
Yes, sir. Dane Orge is the man of the moment. He's walked twice, scored a run, got a 3-base hit. That was in the 6th inning with nobody out, and the Cardinals didn't get that run home. Hendrick was flying around the bases. I mean, he was putting out. His second hit of the night, the Cardinals' 10th hit. Romo is a tricky pitcher. That's a good way to describe him, too, and he can fool those hitters. Off-speed pitching, various deliveries, sidearm, 3/4, overhand.
Well, in the magician, right?
Yes, sir. Off the stretch with the infield in. Orge wants the RBI. Swings and fouls at strike 1.
Now you see it. Now you know. That's what Orge did on that swing. He really got the bat out in front and went right off the end. He queued it up. Senate calls time. Now it comes in, talks it over with a little Spanish back and forth, Espanol.
Yeah, they habla a little Espanol. Stennett is from Panama, and Romo is from Mexico. Outfield is to the left. They're not too deep for Orge.
Hey, Jack, with all the off-speed deliveries that Romo throws, Orge could get that ball in the right center field gap, much like Hendrick did.
With the infield in and 1 out, a runner at third, the pitch. Swing and a ground ball, base hit to right field. 5-3 Cardinals. Second hit for Orge. Run batted in, and Hendrick, who tripled, has crossed the plate. The Cardinals have that 2-run lead again.
Dane Orge has been on base 4 times tonight. Walked in the 2nd. He walked again in the 4th and scored. Tripled in the 6th. An RBI single here in the 8th. I tell you, Jack, the bench, the guys that have been playing every other day, Orge, Brock, and so forth, have really added on. And now Oberkfell, when he had 4 base hits in a ball game earlier in the year.
Humphrey will run for Orge. He gets the glad hand from the fans here. Humphrey will run here in the 8th inning. As Romo is tapped for a run, the batter is reached. He has single, doubled, scored a run, driven in a run. Runner at first is Mumphrey now with 1 out. The batter is reached. The Cardinals lead 5-3. They have 11 hits. 11-7 they have out-hit Pittsburgh. Pirates have Tekulve and Jackson in their bullpen. Schultz throwing in the Cardinal bullpen. The pitch. Look out! And Reach is drilled right in the hip area in the back. He was really drilled by Romo. Bounces his helmet toward the dugout. Mumphrey goes to second and Reach down to first, and brother, that one hurt, and there was no chance to get out of the way, and that was a fastball.
You have to go back and check to see what Reach did against Romo somewhere along the line.
Well, Reach told me last night, Mike, after the ball game, that he really has hit very, very well over the years against the Pirates. He said he ought to look it up sometime. He said, I'm sure that I'm more productive against that club than any other. And Romo really drilled him.
Yeah,
he's giving him a little lead out of the Cardinals.
Yeah, he's eyeballing, and he's got some fire coming out of his eyes, Romo does. He really glared into the Cardinal dugout. So somebody was working on him over there.
Grant Jackson is the new pitcher as Romo leaves after an inning and a third. He's charged with 1 run, leaves 2 men on. He gave 3 hits while he was in there. He struck out 1, walked none, and he hit 1, and how? I mean, he drilled Reach. Mike, if you're the batter, I don't care who you are. You're a right-handed batter, and that pitch is thrown in that spot by any pitcher. No matter how much they have on it, if it's a fastball, you're going to get hit.
Yeah, well, you throw that ball behind the guy. It's going to get you, and that's what happened to Reach.
Reach has driven in 6 runs against the Pirates so far this year. Whether that explains that hit batsman or not, or whether it was intentional, I will never know. Unless you keep spinning. Well, here comes Roger the Dodger off the bench to bat for Oberstdorf. I tell you, you never can have enough runs against these Pirates, Bob, and even though the Cardinals have used both Tyson and Oberstdorf, they still have Mike Phillips available. And he's out there in the bullpen loosening up. And the Cards are trying to get more runs with Roger Freed.
Got a few here the other night with Roger's big bat, didn't they?
The left center field bleacher fans are cheering for Roger. That's his territory, because that's where he planted that grand slam the other night over the 386 mark, and they'd like nothing better than to have one right out in their laps again. Can't say as I blame him. He gets a nice hand. Rogers become a favorite here in St. Louis.
He got his first hit of the year the other night, and what a bingle it was. Now he's up with 2 on and 1 out and facing Grant Jackson. Here's the pitch. Strike called in the outside corner. I recall that Jackson got Freed out in the series over in Pittsburgh. And by the way, Cardinals are trying to get even against the Pirates for the year and will do so with a win here tonight. Jackson delivers. Freed takes it outside. It's a ball, 1-1. 2 on, 1 out. Cardinals have scored a run here in the 8th and lead 5-3. And a dandy ball game here at the old ball yard. Vukovic will bat next. Here comes the pitch to Roger Freed. Outside, ball 2.
Yeah, I've always been amazed since Roger's been with our ball club, Jack, how he can lay off of those pitches, just penalizing he's so out of the strike zone, off the bench. He has really done a good job in that class.
See what he can do about driving in more runs. The pitch from Grant Jackson. A little bit low. Ball 3 on the Pirates. Really thought they were jobbed on the call. 3-1. Freed hasn't swung the bat yet. It started with a triple by Hendrick, an RBI single by Orge. Mumphrey ran for Orge. Reitz was hit by a pitch. The 3-1 to Freed. Swinging a pop foul back and near the stands and out of play beyond the Cardinal dugout. Tantalizingly out of the reach of John Milner. So it's 3-2, and will they start the runners, Mike? Pitcher coming up, I would say so.
I think so, Jack. We'll see here in just a second. We'll have Mumphrey on at second. Reach on at first. Kenny can get a big lead over there. Milner's playing way behind him.
3-2. The runners, Mumphrey and Reitz, lead away. They are not going as Grant Jackson spun but didn't throw to second. Time called by the umpire. 3-2 to Freed. 1 homer, 4 RBIs on the year. Now the runners lead away again. And they are going. Swing and a miss at a bad ball. Throw to third. Double play. The inning is over, and we go into the 9th inning.
Double play, 2-5.
Freed chased the bad ball outside.
And Kenny Boy didn't mind that too much. He took that chance, a calculated chance. Start the runners. You have the offense going for you. If he strikes out and you go into the double play, then you have your pitcher leading off the bottom of the 9th, and you can pinch hit or do what you want.
The Cardinals in the 8th. 1 run, 2 hits. 1 left. They've stranded 6. Vukovic to the mound to try to end it, and we'll see who the Pirates pull off the bench. After 8, the Cardinals lead 5-3.
And now, for all the Hall of Famers, for all you big sticks and golden glovers and fireballers from years gone by, this Bud's for you.
This Bud's for you, for being on the job and working hard all day. So here's to you, for all you do, the king of beers is coming through. This Bud's for you.
Because you played the game like only a handful of men could ever play. Because of your excellence that set a standard. Because you've made it to Cooperstown. Here's to you. Because I ain't never gonna get there.
all you do. This bud's for you.
And as a Busch, St. Louis.
Cardinals scored 4 runs off Bert Blyleven, the starting pitcher, none off of Bibby, 1 off of Romo. Why don't you tell them how the runs were scored in this game, Bob, as we set things up for the 9th inning?
The Cardinals got on top in the 2nd inning. 1 out walk to Simmons, or a leadoff walk to Simmons, I should say, and then Hendrick got a base hit. Was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. Simmons moved over to third. Mumphrey was then walked. Reach got an RBI single. The Cardinals led 1-0. They came up with 3 more in the 4th inning on a leadoff home run by Simmons, followed by a 1-out walk to Orge, a double by Reitz, and a 2-out triple by Bob Force that drove in 2 more. They had 3 and led 4-0. The Pirates started to cut in, and that made it 4-2 in the 6th inning, scoring twice. Came back and scored a run in the 8th inning to make it 4-3, but the Cardinals came back and got a run here in the 8th inning on a 1-out triple by George Hendrick, an RBI single by Orge, and made it 5-3, and that's where we stand right now as we go to the top of the 9th.
The batter is Stennett. He's 0 for 3. Lee Lacy will then bat for the pitcher, Jackson. Then the top of the order, Moreno, against Vukovic, who's on the mound, pitching the 9th, the pitch. Swing and a line drive, base hit on a bad ball into center field. That'll bring the tying run to the plate. Stennett just fell back and bombed it into center field. He's that kind of hitter.
That's true. He steps away. He doesn't do, I guess, things what you would call fundamentally right, Jack, but bat and hands always seem to be in the right spot, even though he does seem to step in the bucket, step away from the plate.
Vukovic came into the game following Knowles, who relieved Porsche. The batter is Lee Lacy, a pinch hitter. He swings and corks it foul into left field, and he was up there pumping, and Lacy does have some power. Lacy is batting .200, but he's driven in 3 runs. He can hit some homers. Right-handed batter against Vukovic, with the left-handed batter Moreno on deck and Schultz in the bullpen. 5-3, Cardinals lead. Here it is, and it's a ball low outside, and it's never easy against these Pirates. Cardinals have out-hit the Pirates now, 11-8. A leadoff single by Stennett on the first pitch. A lead by the runner. The pitch to the plate. Lacy takes a strike called in the inside corner. If Vukovic thought Stennett was going to be taken because the Pirates were 2 runs behind, he was wrong. Lacy with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Cardinal outfield playing him to pull. Here it comes. Swing and a ground ball, base hit into the hole. Through into left field. The tying runs are on with nobody out. Lacy found the hole in left field.
Easy game, is it? Like pulling teeth.
Vukovic made him do exactly what he wanted him to do, but instead of hitting it at Templeton for a double play, he just got it through the hole for a base hit.
AstroTurf. What a difference it makes. Put that ball into play and you have a chance. Now, you've got a speedster up there. This guy doesn't hit into many double plays.
And not only that, Mike, you don't know how they're going to play it, bunt or hit away, and it also almost assures the Pirates of having Parker up in this game before the night is over. So the first 2 are on for Pittsburgh. They have 9 hits, 3 off Vukovic, who's trying to save it for Bob Porsche.
Parker.
Moreno, the batter. He is 0 for 4, and, well, how would you play it?
If I was Chuck Tanner, well, I'd let this guy do what he wants to do up there. If he wants to bunt for a base hit and a sacrifice, let him go, because, you know, he can bunt for a sacrifice and still get a base hit.
I think
then he can throw, too, swing away.
And I think he will be swinging myself. The pitch. He's going to swing, and he hits it to short. Templeton throws to second out, and Phillips drops the ball. Here comes a run in to score, and it's 5-4 as Lacy really undressed Phillips at second base.
Mike went after the ball. He knew the runner was on him, and he was going to try and make a double play if he could. He tried to get it out too quickly, and it just squirted out of the glove. And that's speed again for you, Jack. Marino, you've got a cheat in. You don't know what to do with that baseball, and like you say, they turned him loose, and it pays off. Now it's a 1-run ball game. Nobody out. It's an error on the second baseman, Mike Phillips. Now you've got a guy up there that can really handle the bat. He can really bunt, but they may not bunt because Parker's on deck. They'd like to see him swing. So once again, if you're an infielder, you have to be betwixt and between.
As it turned out, Phillips would have been better off just getting the 1 out. But he tried to make the double play, and when Lacy hit him from behind, he dropped the ball. The batter is Foley. He's going to bunt, and he bunts the ball toward Hernandez. The bunt is good. The throw is good. Out at first base. Now the Pirates have runners on at second and third, one out. On the sacrifice by Foley, the play went 3-4, and the wheels are spinning here as the Pirates have the tying run at third, the lead run at second in the Fleet Marino, and the batter is Parker.
That walk him, Jack. I got him already down for a walk. When Foley turned around the bunt, I put Parker down for a walk.
Vukovich will walk Parker, load the bases with one out, and try to get John Milner, unless the Cardinals make a change. And they have Schultz in the bullpen.
No pitch. They had called time there, Jack. That first one, that was no pitch.
They're going to end up walking him. Schultz in the bullpen with Bruno. Milner, the on-deck hitter. And how's this one going to end, folks? 5-4 Cardinals. We're in the top of the ninth. There's ball 2 to Parker. This will put him on base for the 5th time tonight. 2 hits, a walk, a fielder's choice, and another walk. Bases loaded, 1 out, and Milner will be the batter against either Vukovich or Schultz. Parker walks down to first base. Here comes Boyer. Here comes Schultz. He'll have the bases loaded, 1 out, and John Milner the batter.
Schultz, he did it last night. He gets another chance tonight.
Yeah, but he's got the bases loaded and 1 out, man.
This is the big league. You want to be a relief pitcher and a sharp man, that's what kind of job you have. And here comes Schultz. He did a heck of a job last night, Jack. Set all 60 face down in order.
Well, that was some play, wasn't it? And the ball hit by Moreno, with runners on at first and second. He hit it to Templeton. Templeton was moving in one direction and had to change gears, get to the ball. He gave it to Phillips for what would have been an easy force out. That would have put runners on at first and third, with 1 out and Foley coming up. Now, Foley would have had to swing away. You might have gotten him on the double play.
Yeah,
but it changed the whole thing around, Mike.
Yeah, and the key to it is this, Jack. With Marino running, if that's not a one-hop shot right at someone, you've got to just get the one and stick it in your pocket, plain and simple.
So Phillips, the second baseman to perform for the Cardinals here tonight, caught the ball and he had his back to the runner coming down from first base and tried to get the ball out and turn and try for the double play. He wouldn't have gotten it. And Lacey really bombed him from behind, Bob, didn't he?
He got clipped is what happened.
15 yards.
That's right. I'm surprised he didn't suffer whiplash. I'm not sure that he didn't suffer whiplash. He really got nailed. Lacey came into him hard. He had his back turned to him, and Lacey did nothing but give him a hard slide, but really shook him up. I know when he went back over to his position, he had his hands on his knees, and I'm sure he got his neck snapped just a little bit when Lacey hit him, because he did indeed. It was just like a clip.
Well, when Schultz is ready to go, and he's the 4th pitcher of the night, Bob Porsche could still be the winner. Schultz will be facing John Miller with the bases loaded and 1 out. A double play would end it in favor of the Cardinals. A fly ball would tie it in all likelihood. They have Lacey over at third base with the tying run, and they have the fleet-footed Omar Moreno at second with the lead run. Milner has walked, reached on an error, almost hit a 3-run homer. It turned out to be a sacrifice fly, and singled to help the Pirates score a run in the 8th inning. So it's Schultz with the bases loaded and 1 out. Bruno in the bullpen, Robinson on deck, and the game on the line. The outfield deep to the right. And the first pitch from Buddy Schultz is on the way to John Milner. Swing and a foul tip, and he went all the way around. He's angry that he didn't knock that ball out of the ballpark.
He sure didn't get
cheated. Don't bother him, do they?
No, he gets a good cut, this guy. John Milner. He gets his money's worth. He likes to take that lumber to the plate. Tonight he's reached on an air, he's walked, he's singled, he's sacrificed. He's been in the Cardinals' hair.
Reach Templeton, Phillips, and Hernandez looking for that double play ball. Bases loaded, 1 out. Cardinals leading by a slim run, 5-4. And Schultz steps off the rubber.
Oh, so important when you're standing on that rubber, bases loaded, a 1-run game in the 9th inning. Step off before you break those hands. Schultz did.
Milner digging in and waiting. Cardinal outfield deep to the right. The pitch is made, and a swing and a foul back here. Strike 2. Can he get the third one by him? Then what will Boyer do? Robinson's on deck. Bruno's in the bullpen. Some ball game here tonight.
Then one thing for Schultz, he's challenging him. I'd like to see him challenge him again, but about 3 feet lower. That ball was right in his eyes.
Schultz with 2 quick strikes. He pitched 2 perfect innings last night in relief. No balls, 2 strikes to count to John Milner. Left-handed batter with power. Bases loaded, 1 out. The windup by the Cardinal lefty, and the pitch is on the way. And a smash to Reitz. He grabs it and throws home. Force out, no other play. Bases loaded, 2 out.
Can't believe it.
Took too much time before throwing home, and they missed the double play, and the Cardinals still need another out, but they still lead 5-4.
Yeah, Ricci got mixed up over there, Jack. The only explanation I can think of. That ball should have gone around the horn. Second base over to first, they'd have had a double play, but Ricci was caught in between and then finally realized, well, I better get the guy at home anyway.
Yeah, because that was a tying run, and once he messed up the play at second, he did that once before this year, Mike.
If I'm not mistaken, Jack, he did it here the other day.
Here comes Boyer out of the dugout, and here comes Bruno into the game with the bases loaded, 2 out, and Bill Robinson, the batter. They have Willie Stargell on deck. They may stay with Robinson. Well,
what a game, huh?
What a game. The Cardinals still lead 5-4 with all of this. Schultz is going to leave as Boyer goes with the percentages. Vukovic, by the way.
Uh-oh, Jack. Uh-oh. There he is.
Yep.
He's been hiding over there all week.
Oh, I could see that one coming. Bruno's into the game. Bob, you have the figures on Vukovic, what he pitched?
Yeah, he worked an inning, Jack, and a run, 3 hits, struck out 2, and he walked 1. That was intentional.
And now Schultz has come on, and he pitched 1/3 of an inning and should have been out of it with a double play. And here comes Willie Stargell off the bench to bat for Bill Robinson with the bases loaded, 2 out, Cardinals leading 5-4. And he'll be batting against Tom Bruno.
Man, I need another Budweiser. How about you, Jack?
Cardinals have used Forsch, Knowles, Vukovic, Schultz, and Bruno. The bullpen is a shambles. And Bruno...
It's not a shamble, it's just empty. That's it.
Oh, that's right.
Well, let me see. Who else do we have? Knowles, Schultz, and Bruno. They were the only 3 left out there. That was it. Vukovic volunteered and came in, and Pete did his job. Got in a little trouble, but...
Got Martinez, who pitches tomorrow. Denny, who pitched a couple of nights ago and is not feeling too well. Littell, who has a bad arm, and Sykes, who pitched last night. So Bruno will try to get Wilbur Stargell. Stargell has a bad hip, but he is capable of pinch hitting, as demonstrated here, and previously with a bad hip, he has pinch hit. He's batting .321 with 4 homers and 14 RBIs. Bruno has had a little difficulty with his control as well as getting them out. Bases loaded. They got a force out at the plate. The ball was hit sharply to Reitz. Had he gone right home and then to first, it would have been a double play. Had he gone to second base right away, it would have been a double play. But he hesitated. He looked at home, then wanted to go to second and said, I better not, and then he threw home. They got only the force out. Milner's not that fast, but the Pirates are still alive. And here we go with Bruno off the stretch with the bases loaded, 2 out, and Stargell at the plate. Oh, what'll it be? Cardinals leading 5-4, bases loaded, 2 out. The first pitch, coming, Stargell, ball 1 inside.
Well, this is some game, Jack. Here's a guy, one of the greatest all-time hitters Pittsburgh's ever had. Here he is in the 9th inning.
The outfield deep to the right, the infield back with 2 out. Moreno, the runner at third, trying to bother the Cardinal hurler. The pitch is on the way. Stargell takes it high. Now he's got to come to him, and Stargell may vacuum this ballpark. Simmons goes to the mound.
He says, well, big fella, just like when you were in the ring up there in Chicago in the Golden Glove. There ain't no place to go. You got to fight him.
2 balls, no strikes. He's got to throw a strike here. Pirates have had 2 hits. There have been an error, a sacrifice, an intentional pass, a fielder's choice, all in this inning. 2 balls, no strikes to count to Stargell, and he will be swinging, folks. Here it comes, and strike call. Now, right after I said he will be swinging, I thought maybe he's not feeling that good, really. No, he might not kept the bat loose.
I think Bruno just made a heck of a pitch on him, Jack.
2 balls and a strike, bases loaded, 2 out. Cardinals 5-4, 9th inning. Next pitch, Bruno, Stargell. Swing and a foul ball way into the upper deck in right field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. 5-4 Cardinals.
Jack, that ball
went out of sight into the upper deck foul.
Halfway up the
I didn't even want to watch it. I didn't even want to watch it.
I can't believe how far. I've never seen a ball go that far up. Unbelievable.
Sargent with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Bases loaded, 2 out. The fans love it here. The Cardinals leading 5-4. Can Bruno get him out? The pitch to Stargell is on the way. High. Ball 3.
Boy, this is what the game's all about right here, Jack.
They'll all be running with the pitch. The fans will all be on their feet. Bruno has to throw a strike or it'll be tied. Stargell will have to swing if it's in there. Here it comes, and a line drive into right. Base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes another. The Pirates have the lead 6-5. Stargell. The runs are all charged to Bruno. And the Pirates have scored 3 times in the ninth to take the lead, but this game isn't over yet.
First Keaton comes in. He'll do the running for Stargell. Stargell limps off the field. Nothing wrong with his hands and arms. Boy, he ripped a BB into right field. And look at that Pirate dugout, Jack. He's the senior citizen over there. He's their leader. And boy, they mob him over there. He's some professional, Willie Stargell. One of the true gentlemen of this game.
Well, the batter is out now, and so Pittsburgh has another left-handed batter to go against Tom Bruno. Keeson, the runner, on at first base. Milner's on at third. And here's the pitch. Ott takes ball 1. It's a shame to detract from the excitement of this game by saying that on the ball hit by Milner, the game should have ended. But it should have right there. First and third, 2 out, 6-5 Pittsburgh. And the pitch to Ed Ott. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Or the air, Jack. What it amounts to is you just can't give one of these Major League ball clubs 4 outs an inning without paying somewhere along the line.
Ott's had 2 hits, a walk, 2 for 3 tonight. First and third with 2 out. Bruno trying to get out of this 9th inning where 3 runs have been charged to Vukovic. Brings it into the Pirate catcher, and a swing and a high fly ball into left. Mumphrey will catch it, and the Cardinals will go into the 9th inning trailing by a run. There's the catch.
Just have to pull it out, right? Did it the other night.
And the Cardinals will have a pinch hitter to start it, then Templeton and Scott. If anybody gets on, Hernandez, and then Simmons. Pittsburgh, 3 runs on 3 hits. 1 error, 2 left. They've stranded 9. They scored 3. It's been a ringing ball game. Spell that with a W before the I. A ringing ball game. And we go into the bottom of the 9th, but before we do, well, we'll have the station break after the commercial cue. Going into the bottom of the 9th, the Cardinals trail 6-5.
GFC, friendly Bob Adams.
Hi, Bob. It's Kathy Roller.
Oh, hi, Kathy. Still entering those advertising contests?
Just listen to my latest entry.
Okay.
Why are Ajax doorknobs best? Because they're better than the others.
How many have you won, Kathy?
None altogether, and I have to pay for so much postage I can't pay all my bills.
Ooh, you need a consolidation loan.
My bills are piled so very high they almost reach onto the ceiling.
Well, we can turn them all into one easy monthly payment.
Oh, joy and wonder.
Kathy, next entry.
Answer, please, for the Pirates from the third. Alexander, now at left field. Matt Alexander.
New Pittsburgh pitcher is Ed Whitson. Whitson's a right-hander. Youngster was in the ballgame last night. Jackson was in there, worked only a third of an inning, fanned the man he had to face, Roger Feed. So he gives way to Ed Whitson, and it'll be the pitcher due up, or perhaps now it'll be the pitcher due up, and then Templeton and Scott.
Check that bullpen, Bob.
There's nobody down there.
Oh, yeah. Swisher and Dave Rickett, and that's it. Volunteers from then on. Mr. Bruno will have to hit for himself.
Some of the Cardinal fans boo. I'm sure they don't understand that the Cardinals have no other pitcher. So Bruno will lead it off against Ed Whitson, and Whitson loves this. Templeton will follow, and then Tony Scott the pitch. Swing and a foul, strike 1. Cardinals trailing 6-5.
Mr. Bruno was trying to get that scoreboard even up there with that swing, wasn't
Give him credit. He's taking his cuts up there. He's trying to get something started, get something done.
Cardinals need a run. Here it comes to Bruno. Ball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good job by the home plate umpire, Jack. Tonight he's done a fine job. James Jones.
Pittsburgh leading 6-5. They scored 3 in the top of the ninth. Bruno leads it off. Swings and a fly ball foul, and Milner makes the catch and runs into the railing. Held onto the ball. Boy, he has been sparkling at first base tonight. Milner ran into the wall, but took care of Bruno. There's 1 out. And we'll pause right here. This is the Cardinals Baseball Network.
You're listening to KMOX Radio St. Louis, your station for total news, sports, information, entertainment, and service, the total radio voice of St. Louis.
The batter is Templeton, and he's in a heck of a slump. 0 for 4 tonight, struck out 3 times against various Pirate pitchers, and they've used Blyleven, Bibby, Romo, Jackson, Whitson, and they still have Jacoby in the bullpen. Cardinals with Littell on the shelf are short-handed in the pitching department. So Templeton will try to get on. And Tony Scott waits on deck. Here's the pitch. Swing and a chopper up the middle. Shortstop gets it and can't throw. It's a base hit. Tying run is on. Templeton chopped one up the middle. Foley got a glove on him, but even when he did, he had no play.
No, he was going the other direction. He was going to the outfield side, and he really couldn't have made a throw, and he probably not intentionally did the right thing, but it's just as well the ball popped out of his glove, because he stood a chance if he did try to make a throw of throwing it badly, and then Templeton would have wound up at second base.
Well, the Cardinals' hottest hitter, Tony Scott, is up, batting left-handed against Ed Whitson, who's trying to nail it down for Grant Jackson, who would be the winner if it stays as is. Templeton, the runner at first base, carrying the tying run. They play Scott to the left. The pitch, inside, ball 1. I said in the top of the ninth, when all that was happening, that this game isn't over yet. And indeed, it isn't. Scott the batter, Hernandez on deck. Garner is in at third. Templeton takes the lead. The pitch, and a chopper to third. The play is to second. And he is out at second base. A force out, and they're 2 out. A fielder's choice. 5-4. Instead, it just got the ball and got out of the way because he knew he had no chance on Scott. And it's up to Hernandez, and he is still in that slump. He's 0 for 4.
Span 3 times. He's grounded out 1 time. It would be a nice time for him to really snap out of it, Jack, with a long ball.
Well, he's capable of it. He's had 2 home runs, 15 RBIs. He's up against a right-hander, Ed Whitson, and he could cap off a tremendous evening. The outfield deeper onto the right. Scott is the tying run at first, 2 out. The pitch to Keith. High ball 1. You look back at the umpire quickly. The on-deck hitter is Simmons, so Hernandez is going to get something to hit. Cards them out, hit the Pirates 12-10, but they trail 6-5. Pittsburgh scored 3 in the top of the ninth. They lead. Tying runs at first, 2 out. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Keith Hernandez, the batter. The outfield deep to the right. Here it comes from the right hand of the runner going. A swing and a foul out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Aggressive baseball by the Cardinals in that spot. Hernandez fouled it away.
It's really been a good game, Jack. We've had some misplays on both sides, but it has really been a good ball game. Tooth and nail, these teams have been fighting at each other.
Whitson is 1-1 for the year. Trying to save it for Jackson and the Pirates. DeCalvey is in their bullpen. Scott's on at first, 2 out. The pitch. Swing and a foul as Hernandez stayed alive and fouled a borderline pitch. Grant Jackson has a record of 1-0. Vukovic will be the loser if it stays like this. A new ball to the mound to Ed Whitson. Scott on at first. Templeton got the hit. Scott forced him. Hernandez trying to do something about it. Swings and fouls another. He's had a couple of swings. 1 ball, 2 strikes. San Diego's ahead of Montreal. The Phils are ahead of the Dodgers. Bob Starr will tell you about it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Keith Hernandez, who steps out. Pitcher rubs up the new baseball, the tying run at first base, winning run at the plate, Keith Hernandez. And lightning strike twice in the same week. Here is the pitch to Keith after a long look on the way. Outside. 2-2. Whitson teased him with one on the outside part of the plate and away from the plate. 2-2 with 2 out. Simmons waiting on deck. Hernandez trying to keep it going. He's the last hope for the Cards. The pitch coming. Popped up, foul near the dugout, and it is out of play on top of the Pirate dugout. They came within 3 feet of winning the game right there, and the runner, Scott, was going.
Bill Garner and Ed Ott standing on the top of that dugout looked like they were youngsters going up on the high dive for the first time, just looking down there.
Maybe that's a good omen as Hernandez gets alive.
There was Scott running, Jack. A ball into the corner, any place, mishandled in the outfield at all, could tie this ball game.
Hernandez, of course, can't be thinking about long ball or anything else. He's got to protect that plate.
How about 2-2 pitch out? What do you think about that?
2 balls, 2 strikes the count. The pitch, the runner going. Swing and a fly ball to deep center. Marino is there, and the Pirates win it. 6-5. Totals and highlights in a minute.
Chevy's nationwide celebration is coming.
There's a Chevy celebration going on across the nation. It's an all-out Chevy jubilation. See Chevy's new citation. The blue comes by. See Chevy cars and stuff. Come trade and buy.
Get ready, America. Chevy's nationwide celebration is coming May 11th.
Well, the Pirates won it by a score of 6-5, coming up with 3 big runs in the top of the 9th inning. And set the scene for the rubber game of the series tomorrow afternoon when Silvio Martinez will go against Bruce Keeson. Beyond the Air with the Dugout program at 1 o'clock, the Cardinals had held the lead going into that top of the 9th inning. But in the top of the 9th, Stinnett led it off with a base hit. The pinch hitter Lee Lacy followed that with a base hit. Marino reached on an error. A sacrifice moved him along. A run came home as Marino came home then on the infield out by Milner as he grounded the ball to third with the bases loaded. And Reeds hesitated for just a moment, then came home. They got the force out. Then a 2 RBI single by Willie Stargell drove in 2 more. And the Cardinals were down by a 6-5 count when they went into the bottom of the 9th inning. Struggled to get it started in the bottom of the 9th. A Templeton base hit with 1 out. Scott then forced him, and Keith hit the ball hard to center, but not quite hard enough as Marino went back and got it. And the Cardinals had lost it 6-5, giving way in the top of the 9th inning and losing it the second time this week, as a matter of fact, that they had lost a ball game in the top of the 9th inning as they did the other night to Houston. Winning pitchers Grant Jackson in relief. He is 1-1. Pete Vukovich takes the loss. He is 2-2. For the Pirates, 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors. For the Cardinals, 5 runs on 12 hits and 2 errors. They had scored first to take the lead in the first inning, then scored 3 more in the 4th on a leadoff home run by Simmons, followed by a 1-out walk to Orge, a double by Reitz, and a 2-out triple by Bob Busch. The Cardinals led 4-2. Going into the 8th, the Pirates got a single run made it 4-3. The Cardinals came back in the 8th inning, got a single run leading it 5-3 when they went into that top of the 9th inning. And the Pirates came up with 3 big ones, and the biggest being the pinch single by Willie Stargell that drove in 2. That ultimately proved to be the winner for Pittsburgh. So that sets the scene for the rubber game. Tomorrow, dugout time will be 1 o'clock. The play-by-play at 1:10. Silvio Martinez against Bruce Keeson. Jack will be along with the star of the game shortly. We'll wind it up with the scoreboard program and bring you up to date on all the other baseball played in the major leagues on this day. This broadcast authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the St. Louis National Baseball Club solely for the entertainment of our listening audience, and any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the description and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the St. Louis National Baseball Club Incorporated is prohibited. For Jack, for Mike, for Tom Barton, our producer-engineer, hope you enjoyed the broadcast. This is Bob Starr, and join us tomorrow as the Cardinals battle the Pirates in the final game of this 3-game series. And game time, 1:15, Silvio Martinez against Bruce Keeson. Star of the game coming up shortly. We'll follow that with the scoreboard. The final here tonight, the Pirates 6, the Cardinals 5, and so long for just a while.
St. Louis Cardinals baseball has been brought to you by Anheuser-Busch Incorporated.